and our
always
sponsors
elated
that
and
every event
overwhelmed
is
to
possible.
meet each and every
My
one
name
of
is
you.
Simran Ahuja, and I'm
For a
always
change,
elated
this
and
afternoon
overwhelmed
seems to be
meet
full
each
of
and every one of you.
wonderment because of your presence
For a
here
change,
today. This afternoon
Retail Jeweler
seems to
Middle
be
East
full
Forum
of
and the
wonderment
Retail Jeweler
because of
Circle
your
of
presence
Excellence
here
Middle East
today.
Edition,
which is
Retail
a great
Jeweler
dynamic
Middle East
platform
Forum
where
and
we
the Retail
all
Jeweler
connect and
Circle
through
of
this
Excellence
course of
Middle East Edition
presentations, which is a great
we'll walk you
dynamic
through
platform
what
where
we
all
can
connect
expect
and
at
through
this
this show
course
today,
of
tomorrow and day
presentations,
after.
we'll walk
and
you
how,
through
we
what
can
we can
maximize
expect
our presence
at this show today
and why
tomorrow and day
Retail
after
Jeweler
and
is the
how
perfect
we can
platform
maximize our
for all of
presence
us
to
and why
expand our reach
Retail Jeweler
in the Middle
is the
Eastern
perfect
market.
platform.
So let's begin
for all of us
with our
to
seventh
expand
edition
our reach
of the Retail
in the
Jeweler
Middle Eastern
Middle East
market.
Forum. So
Ladies
let's
and
begin
gentlemen,
with our
humble
seventh
thanks
edition
to
of
our
the Retail
presenting
Jeweler
partners,
Middle East Forum.
World Gold
Ladies and gentlemen,
Council,
a humble
and
thanks
Sky
to our
Gold and
presenting
Diamonds.
partners.
May we please give them a round
World
of applause,
Gold
please.
Council
And Sky Gold and Diamonds. May we
Heartfelt
please give them a
gratitude
round of
to
applause,
our
please.
associate
sponsors. Synergix Solutions Private Limited.
Heartfelt gratitude to our
Atmosphere,
associate sponsors,
the store maker, Synergix Solutions Private Limited, and
Our first
Atmosphere,
session,
the
where
store
we like to
maker.
invite our distinguished panelists here on stage.
Ladies
Our
and
first
gentlemen,
session,
what
where we
is
like to
driving
invite our
jewelry
distinguished
demand
panelists
in the Middle
here on
East?
stage.
Ladies
May we
and gentlemen,
please welcome
what is
our
driving
moderator for this
jewelry
session,
demand in the
Mr.
Middle
Ashish
East?
Sakhardande.
May we please
Head,
welcome
Indian
our
Jewelers
moderator
Expo
for
Dubai
this session
from the Gem and
Mr.
Jewelry
Ashish
Export Promotion Council of
Sakhardande.
India. Head, Indian Jewelers Expo
Thank you very
Dubai
much, Mr.
from the Gem and Jewelry Export Promotion Council of India. May you please continue the applause as I was our distinguished. Thank you so much. Anup, may you please continue the applause. President as well as Very
great story
and
to
then
start
you're
off
going
with,
into
and
your
we have
retail
seen that.
expansion. So
You are
what are the
working normally in a
difficulties
reverse
that
way.
you
You
will
launch the brand
see
first,
now in the Middle
and
East,
then you're going into your retail expansion.
with having a
So
superstar? How
what are
would you
the
navigate
difficulties that you would see now
Many
in the
all of
Middle
you
East,
knows
and
that we are a
with having a
wholesaler and as well
superstar,
as a
how would you
manufacturer.
navigate that?
So when we think about to go for, many all of
Retail.
you knows that
So
we are a
retail,
wholesaler
what's the-
and as well as a manufacturer.
What is the importance
So
of
when
here?
we think
You
about
want
to go for
become a
brand,
retail.
then only
So
we
retail,
people
what's
will
the
recognize you
important
and
things
then
here?
notice
You
you.
want to
simply
become
open
a
a
brand.
store. Then only
can
we
do
will-
everybody.
people will
So when we are
recognize you
this
and then
industry,
notice you. We simply
uh,
open
very,
a
store.
It can do everybody.
deeply study.
So when we are this belongs
then we
this
understand
industry, we want to be a brand.
very.
So we want to think about to brand,
deeply study it.
especially in the
Then
Middle
we
East,
understand we want
Gulf
to be a
region,
brand.
Indian peoples are
So
more,
we wanted to think about
and
the
from
brand,
there, the Kerala
especially
peoples
in
are
the Middle East,
the
Gulf
larger
region.
community. Indian
So
peoples
when
are
it is comes
more,
to the, we are
and
also
from there,
Kerala.
the
So
Kerala
we
peoples
think
are
about that
the
to
larger
become a
community.
Kerala. So when it is comes to the,
Brand.
we are
And
also
coming from
Kerala.
international.
So we think about
This
that
is the story
to
which
become
we
a
thought.
Kerala. So when we want to be a Kerala brand to go for
And
international,
coming from
we need a Kerala
international.
face. This is the
That
story which
people
we
will
will
say,
say,
oh, this
So when we
brand
want to
is
be a
coming from
Kerala brand to
Kerala
go for
and it is
international,
known
we
from
need a
international.
Kerala face. In that
That
level, we
people
think
will
about
say,
to get
oh,
a
this
good
brand is coming
brand
from
ambassador
Kerala.
who is
This
really
from
trust
international.
and is a
In
legend.
that level, we think about to get
That
a
is the reason
good
we took Mr. Mohanlal brand ambassador
who is our
really
brand ambassador.
trust.
And
Again,
is a
we
legend. That is
are
the
looking
reason
one
we took
other
Mr.
difficulty.
Mohanlal. Most of
He
us
is our
think brand ambassador.
that jewelry is
Again,
making
we
for women. The women
are
are
looking
the
one
main
other
buyer. They
difficulty.
are wearing the jewelry.
Most of us think
So
that jewelry
our
is
brand
making
ambassador
for
is
women.
the women are
Male
the main buyer.
and
They
product
are wearing the jewelry.
People think
it
So
is for female.
our brand ambassador is
No, it is not for female.
And
Why
product
we decided
people think
it is only for the
it is for female.
female. Many
No,
of us
it
knows
is not
that.
for female.
In why we decided
Puranas and
it is only
everywhere
for the
that many
female.
rajas, everybody is
Many of
wearing
us knows
big
that.
kind of jewelry.
In, so there is a
Puranas
tradition
and everywhere
that
many rajas,
the
everybody is
jewelry,
wearing big kind of jewelry.
male also wearing.
So there is a
So we
tradition.
think about that. Why don't
that
we think about that? So
the
we only
jewelry,
made this one. The
male also wearing.
male and
So we
female
think about that.
concept
Why
and
don't we
everything.
think
There is
about
no
that? So we only
gender
made this
difference
one
on that.
So we think
The
about that.
male
think it in a
and
different way.
female concept and everything.
There is no
The new generation people. what
gender
we call
difference on that.
Gen Z
So we
or
think
Gen
about
X.
that. Think
So
it in
they
a
are
different way.
Not
The-
thinking about that.
the
thinking
new
about that.
generation
You are
people,
male or
what we
female.
call, no.
Gen Z or
They
Gen
are
X.
so they
only
are
same.
not thinking about that. Thinking about that
People.
you are male or female.
Then we
No.
think about that. Go
They
for a
are
different
only
same
way to communicate. When
people.
we go for different
Then
way
we
to
think
communicate,
about that.
we
Go
listen
for a
many
different
stories, and all of us knows that
way
when
to
we are
communicate.
watching a
When we go for
jewelry ad,
different way to
either
communicate,
marriage
we
or
listen
some
many
other
stories
mode of celebration.
and all of us
It
knows
is
that
always
when
happening
we are
everywhere. Watching a
So why is
jewelry ad,
jewelry only
either
for a celebration?
marriage or some other mode of
No,
celebration?
it is not
It
only for a
always happening
celebration.
everywhere.
It is not only for women.
So why is jewelry
it is for
only
everybody.
for celebration?
It is for every.
No, it is not
seconds.
only for a celebration.
You have
It
to
is
wear.
not only for women.
Maybe
It is for
many of
everybody.
us, the
It
male
is
people
for
who is sitting over
every
there also. They are also
seconds.
wearing the jewelry. But
You have to
they are
wear.
afraid to show outside.
Maybe many of us,
The male people who is
then
sitting
we
over
thought
there also.
we had
they
to
are
say
also wearing
something
the jewelry.
different.
But they are afraid
Then
to
we
show
discuss
outside.
many story, and then we
Many
thought
people we
we
met.
had to say
Then
something
finally
different.
we come out with this.
Then we
discuss
many
ad
story,
which is
and
Mr.
many
Mohanlal.
people we met.
Then finally we come out
As an
with
actor,
this,
he did very fantastic.
ad,
and all
which
of
is
you knows that Mr. Prakash Mohanlal was our ad director. He
as
is
an
made one
actor,
of the
he
brilliant
did
ad for
very
us.
fantastic.
In that
And
way,
all of you
we
knows
came
that
in
Mr.
a
Prakash
very
Verma, who was our ad
big
director,
message
made
to
one of
the
brilliant ad for us.
public.
In that way,
that jewelry
came
is a
in
feelings.
very
It is a emotion.
big
It is not only
message
for a
to the
celebration.
public.
Thank you very
That
much, Dinesh bhai. So
jewelry
it
is a
clearly
feelings.
states
It
that
is a
when you start
emotion.
with the
It is
brand,
not only for a
you need
celebration.
the support of
Yeah.
advertising.
Thank you very much,
You need
Dinesh bhai.
that
So it
medium
clearly
to
states that
go
when
out
you
to the
start
world,
with a
and I
brand,
think you need the
being,
support of advertising. You
new
need that
coming
medium to
brand into the
go
market.
out
It
to
was
the
a
world.
very bold decision.
And I think
being
from your side to have him
a new
and,
coming
that's really
brand
good.
into
So
the market.
now
It was
we
a very bold
move
decision.
on to
From UAE to
from your
Qatar
side
okay.
to have him.
So very, it's
And,
always great
that's
to
really
talk to you.
good. So now we
move on
amazing
to
knowledge sharing
from
and,
UAE to
this
Qatar.
time.
Okay.
I would like
So
to
very, it's
just
always
point out
great to
something
talk to you.
very interesting that
amazing knowledge
you
sharing
guys did
and,
for this
Diwali
Diwali
time, I
in
would
Qatar.
like to
So,
just point
I
out
mean,
something very interesting
because you
that,
are a veteran,
you
into
guys
retail
did
and always
for
your campaigns
Diwali
have been
in
amazing.
Qatar. So what was it
I
like
mean,
in Qatar this year for Diwali?
because you are
Lot
a
of,
veteran into retail
firecrackers.
and always your campaigns have been
Thank you.
amazing.
Good afternoon.
So
all.
what was it like in Qatar this year for
Before
Diwali? A lot of
answering Ashish's question, I'd like to
firecrackers.
share something about what I feel.
Good
here
afternoon,
now.
all.
So it's like
before
players
answering
going to
Ashish's
pairs
question,
playing. I'd like to
the
share something
incisive
about what
spell
I
of,
feel
bad
here
comments,
now. So it's like the
first
players
session
going
is starting
to
with
playing
incisive questions from
the
Ashish.
incisive spell of bad comments.
A very brilliant
the
organization
organization of
starting
this
with incisive
question on
questions
what
from
is
Ashish.
driving demand in the Middle East.
A very brilliant
I would like to
organization
organization
of
of
this
this
sessions.
question on what is
One
driving
is
at the
demand in the
30,000
Middle East.
feet level. I would
When
like to
any
any
brand
brand
is
is
being
being designed or
One
is thought
of
of the 30,000
it takes
feet
care of
level.
three
When
important elements
any
in this.
brand is
One is
being designed
whether
or,
it addresses the
socio-economic
It
situation
takes care of
or
three
the
important
cultural
elements in this. One is
traditions or
whether it
itself.
addresses the
These are the three
socio-economic
areas where
situations
any brand
or
is
the
trying to
cultural
focus on their
traditions
traditions behavior.
or it is a self.
If you take the socio-economic,
These are the three
either it is
areas where any brand
your
is trying
investment
to focus on their
proposition
consumer behavior.
or if you take the
social
socio-economic,
When
either
you
it
take
is
the cultural
your
definition, then you
investment
have the
proposition,
or
whichever the
if the
faith you belong to.
social status.
There is a wedding. When you take the
And there is a
cultural definition,
traditional
then you have
attachment
it
or
to the
jewelry.
whichever the faith you
There is a
belong to.
self-adornment.
There is a
So
wedding.
if you take
And
everything
there is
into
a
account,
traditional
65%
attachment
goes to the jewelry, cultural tradition,
self-adornment.
and
So if you take
25-30%
everything
goes
into
to the
account,
socio-economic
65%
situation,
goes to the
10-15% goes to the
cultural
self-adornment.
tradition.
And
This all
25-30%
helps
goes to
any
the
brand to
socio-economic
think of
situation,
putting
10 to
their
15% goes to
products
the
and the
self-adornment.
collection launches.
in
This
addressing the
all
consumer
helps
needs.
any brand to
So going to the
think of
point
putting
where
their products
Diwali
and the collection launches
the
in
Dhanteras,
addressing the
which is
consumer needs.
attached to this
So going to the
cultural
point
tradition of
where
every
the Diwali
Indian,
wherein
Dhanteras,
which
the
the
attached to
products
this
what they buy
cultural
is attached
tradition
to
of
this
every-
particular tradition of
every
buying.
Indian.
That's what it is.
Wherein
Wherein
which
which the end of the day
products
this
what they buy
business of
is attached to
jewelry,
this
it is
particular
not only
tradition
for,
of buying.
that's what it
wealth
is coming
creation.
to.
It is also
End of the
a-
day,
a self
this business of
happiness.
jewelry
What it
was
is not
talking
only
about
for
the
there is a
wealth
purpose
creation,
behind
it is
everything
also
being
a
sold. A self-satisfaction.
So this
self-happiness,
particular
what he was
Diwali,
talking about,
to
the-
answer to specific
there is a
question
purpose
to
behind
you,
everything being
it
sold.
has been a wonderful Diwali for us
So
in
this
Qatar.
particular
And,
Diwali,
to
Almana
answer to
Jewelry
specific
handles
question
three
to
brands.
you,
One is the
it has been a
Johara
wonderful Diwali for us
and
in
Farah,
Qatar,
and we are also
and,
franchisee partners to Tanishq.
Almana Jewelry handles
So,
three brands.
giving the
One is
context
the
in which
Johara,
what we are selling
and
to
Farah,
three
and
different
we are also
consumer
franchisee
segments
partners
to Tanishq.
and the Indian
So,
diaspora is
giving
well
the
addressed by
context in which
Tanishq,
what we are selling
and
to
little bit
three
by our
different
Johara
consumer
brand.
segments.
So this
And
year,
the Indian diaspora is well
was a
addressed
very
by
phenomenal
Tanishq,
year, despite
and
this
skyrocketing
by our
gold rate.
Johara brand.
We had
So
outgrown
this year,
last year's number
was a
very, very
phenomenal year
in terms of
despite
volume
this
and
skyrocketing
value.
gold rate.
We had
Almost I would say
outgrown last
35
year's
to
number,
40% gold rate
when it
gone
comes-
up when
in
compared
terms
to
of
last
volume
year
and
Dhanteras.
value. So we have
almost I
gone by
would say
that value
35
as
to
well as the
40% gold rate
So
gone
what
up when
driven
compared to
this
last year
particular
Dhanteras.
aspect of business is, when we were witnessing from the month of June and July, when the gold rate was spiking up, we thought it is a time we look for getting back the old customers into the system by exchanging their old gold, in the sense upgrading your jewelry. That was the theme what we have taken, and that has resulted in this bombarding sales to us, that I would like to share it. Secondly, for the Indian context for Tanishq, the exchange was well promoted by Sachin Tendulkar's ad, so that has given the catapulted the overall business prospects in India. So in a sense, it is upgrading your old jewelry is a theme what we have taken to drive our business during this Dhanteras. So that's it from our side. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's been excellent because today we see that, whatever you see in terms of advertising, not only in jewelry, in bridal wear, in apparel, it sometimes reflects back to jewelry buying. There are companies that during recent Karwa Chauth, for example, that's the Indian, North India where they celebrated. Today's generation, what they're looking at is what I feel is you can't give them a choice that this or this, either or. No, they want to have both. So it's a very good strategy when you're talking that gold is still holding that sort of a, either one emotion and a value. So when people came back with that gold, you really had to, run this campaign saying that, okay, you exchange it or, you go to the next level of upgrading it. So thank you very much. Now, National Jeweler, Mr. Gandhi. So the thing is, the name is a national jeweler. Okay, he's got 9 stores across UAE, and he caters to close to 200 nationalities, only tourists. So he has got his retail segmentation so well divided that you have East Europeans, which has grown by 21% in terms of tourists. In last 7 months, Dubai has seen around 12 million tourists coming. So very interesting that we want to know how do you cater to this tourists.
At National Jewelry, we welcome tourists, and we are catering to more than 100 plus nationalities now. And the main thing is we have 9 stores. So we have all the stores have different collection, so which can cater to different nationalities. And we have our in-house production. So when the customer wants something specific, we can make at the time.
So, but what's your campaign? How do you attract and retain the customers? Because what I understand is tourists, they would come either for max 3 to 4 days, but you still cater to them in terms of jewelry. And I came to know that you sold 124 carat stone to a tourist. So there it goes. That was the blast for it. Yeah. So what was the whole?
The customer was he wanted a specific design. So we have a designer who designed accordingly, and we have a workshop which made it in 2 days, the design, and we deliver it on time.
And when I see your stores, you have very good product merchandising. Can you, because we started with advertising, then there was a campaign, and now I go to the product.
Actually,
so can you talk more about
sourcing of goods and designing. Every year we are launching new design. We are coming up with new designs every year. And once a customer comes to our store, we take a feedback from them. And when they visit next, they inform us that we are coming. So we see that they bought last time something else, so we have to provide them something new this time. We cannot show the same goods again.
So do you work on any system, anything that is technology driven, where you understand that last year this customer got X number of pieces, this year I need to sell him something else? Is there any?
Yeah, we have a system. We have our back office who take all the data of the customers. We coordinate with them. So we have a team for that who is doing this thing.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Anything else do you want to add to besides
No,
tourists? Do you cater to the local?
We have local customers also. Actually, they come to mall. We have 9 stores, of which 6 are in Gulsuk, 1 is in Dubai Mall, and 2 are in Golden Diamond Park. So in Gulsuk, 80% are tourists and 20% are locals and residents who are staying there. And in Dubai Mall, it's 50-50. The 50% is local, and sometimes tourists are also coming.
So I think with tourists coming, your brand trust is very important with them. You know what they have, and you have mentioned that you have repeat tourists coming, which is a very good thing that happens.
See, Dubai, every year something new is coming up, new attraction coming. So every 2 years or 3 years, tourists are coming back again. So they contact us that we are coming. So if you have anything special, just provide us.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yeah.
Now I go to next to the new brand in the market. I've seen your stores are very beautiful, very well done. What's your challenge now, being new in the market? How many stores do you have, locations, and what challenges that you guys are facing in terms of getting in new customers, or reaching out to the entire diaspora of either, whether it's an Indian, it's Emirati, or any other nationality? So whom do you cater to? What are the challenges that you all face?
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Ashish and the team and the co-panelist. Thank you for the opportunity too. The challenges, I think it's not as specific challenges not only for us. The challenges what all of you are facing, the same challenge to us too. As a new brand, I can say we have to create a trust first, right? Because gold is a trust business, trust-based business, and that's the main thing that we have to create first. And the second thing, we have to create our own curated product in this market, and the new designs, new trend and all. The second thing, I think all of you knows this one, because the zero sellers is the another biggest threat of this market. I think I'm not talking to a new people in this market. You are selling the gold and the jewelry last more than 3-4 decades in this market. Just think about our past and the current situation, how we are selling the gold now. Before, how which are the areas where we are creating the profit, how the services we are providing to the customers, and which are the areas we have cut short the profit, and where it is the situation now. I can say honestly that many of the people are struggling in the market because of the cut short of the profit in terms of zero making and other things. And the second thing, I'll like to say, tell a story to you. I'll tell you later. And the second thing, we are increasing the services and the customer centric items more. It's affecting our operation cost too. These all are affecting in this. The third thing, what we are facing from the real estate is when we are spreading, when we are expanding our brands in all over the market, the terms of key monies and rents is not easy with the current situation. Sometimes we have to discuss about our drawbacks too, not always the positive, right?
But you know what? You have started very interesting service, which is you take the jewelry home and you show it to the customer, creating a shopping experience at home. So that's very unique. Can you just explain more about that?
Yeah, we put the name for this is Try at Home. Actually, this is not new in the market. Previously, many brands, they have treated their VVIP customer at their home. Actually, we are not trying at home, we are selling at home. But we cannot say the term openly, so we said is Try at Home. We are, I think nowadays, more than the retailers, the aggregators are playing here more. We can say some examples in food industry, this Kita and Zomato, they are good players. They are not retailers, they are aggregators. And the second thing, we can compete to the players in the market by increasing the services. So I will say Try at Home is not a new term or a new entry. We are just add on our services in this industry. We are, and there are three positive things I can say. For example, any customers is coming to our store, the conversion rate is 50 to 70% only. If we are getting 10 customers, maybe 5 customers only we will get as a conversion. But if you are applying the Try at Home, I can say the conversion ratio is 95% and above. The second thing, we are approaching a serious customers. The third positive thing I can say, we can continue the services. And the third thing, they will come to our stores and they will do good deals to us. And most of all the Try at Home things is not just a visit and try. It's a good selling point too, I can say. And the third, and one more thing I can say about this one, the Try at Home is just not a service actually. We are selecting, how can I say, we are presenting our new items and upcoming items and the new trends all over in their premises with their comfort. That's also positive thing also.
Super. That's a nice, unique way of doing it. Thank you very much. And when you talk about conversion rates, I completely agree to what you say that, you know, when you go to their comfort zone, it's the possibilities more, plus they are serious buyers when they call you. Thank you very much. From UAE, Qatar to Oman. So next to you. So your group is both into wholesale as well as retail, right? And in Oman, what are the challenges that you're facing? Because it's very typically very gold-driven market. Consumers are very much, you know, they look at heritage jewelry or something that is gifting, which is one of the parts. So do you have a segmentation done in terms of the market? And what are the challenges that you face when it comes to retail?
Once again, thanks a lot for this session, and thank you, Ashish, for inviting us. And we coming from Oman, actually, our brand is G Gold, and we have operation in UAE as well, but our major operation is in Oman. We have across almost 5 showrooms at the moment, and alhamdulillah, we were able to open these 5 showrooms within a span of 1 year, which is, just to give a back end, like we are in Oman market for more than 35 years, but not in jewelry business, but we are into another business as well. So for us, we know what's Omani culture, what's the Oman market. So that's the strength what we had to, you know, to come up with such a project. And I would say like initially, as you say, like compared to UAE and Oman, UAE is more of it's more of culture. The demographic is the nationalities is very, there are many nationalities and everything compared to Oman. Oman is more of, there is, Omani, the locals, the Indians, and all other nationalities are there. But compared to UAE, the market is different. But however, like when we initially start off with this project and everything, like when we did this initial study, market research, we found that like there is, as you say, this gifting culture is there among the Omanis is there, and Indians are one of the, as if you see the population after the major population is Indians, and followed by Bangladeshis, Pakistanis. That's the the population size. So Alhamdulillah, like we focus on to be precise, like the market where we focus, our target customers is like the day-to-day, the people who wants to wear day-to-day items. Like to be precise, like I can give an example, like me being a youngster and from, as he said, as Gen Zs, we can say that the culture of choosing the jewelry is different to the traditional way. Now, what we experience from the market, like when we did the initial research, like there are people, the youngsters or young people, they want to have daily wearables than, as the traditional method of having, you buying a 22 karat golds and everything. And now the culture is more of, they want to try on the 18 karat, and they want to try all these designer collection, which they can use it on their daily life in going to office, for parties, functions and all. So Alhamdulillah, like we were happy to cater these segments, and yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. So as we close on, it's been fantastic that all this interesting stories which are coming from across GCC that we have. And we would like to close our session, just to add, so everybody needs a share in their business. And when it comes to retail, right from getting a brand ambassador with bold campaign to running an exchange, gold is still very, very important, to catering to different product merchandising when it comes to tourists. Home service, what you call, very unique concept to reaching out in Oman for gifting. So ladies and gentlemen, please kindly give them a big round of applause. Thank you very much. And it was a lovely learning session. So thanks a lot. Thank you.
Brilliant group photo op. We can come ahead of the tables, please. Gentlemen, and to do the honors and the felicitation for our distinguished panelists and for Ashish to moderate the session, may we please welcome Mr. Darshan Chauhan, Whole-Time Director, Sky Gold and Diamonds, and Ms. Shoma Bhatta, Publisher and Editor, The Retail Jeweler, to kindly join us here and present the token of love as a memento on behalf of, please join us here on stage, Darshan. Gentlemen, kindly be with us here on stage. A token of love on behalf of Retail Jeweler Middle East Forum. So right from the discussion that we had, our very first distinguished panelists, by saying that jewelry is a feeling, it is an emotion. So true, so much thought and memory to get into it and to get attached to it. Ms. Shoma, may I also request you to join Darshan? May I please have the mementos? Thank you, guys. Thank you, ma'am. Sure, come. I'm going to request Mr. Darshan to step forward and present this to Ashish Sakardande. Heartfelt congratulations. Thank you very much, Ashish. Yes, Darshan. Anukul Gandhi, please step forward. Narayanan Vaidisvaransa to kindly step forward. The great inputs we had about Qatar. Dinesh Kamrat, please. Thank you so much. Receive this token of love. Sure. Mohammed Salfi, sir, please. And Mohammed Rifa, sir, kindly accept this token of love. Thank you, Darshan, for doing the honors. Thank you, Mr. Samir Bhatta, for doing the honors. We please have a group photo op, and I also have a mobile phone here. So I'm going to request the gentleman to take the mobile phone from the chair. Ladies and gentlemen, may we please give them a huge round of applause. What is driving jewelry demand in the Middle East? Truly a very interesting discussion we had, and the great insights that we shared, because we all experienced Diwali, and whether it was booming or the challenges we faced, we also spoke about what's really on with it. Ladies and gentlemen, may we now welcome our speaker of the day and give it up for Mr. Nilesh Rathod, CEO and co-founder Atmosphere, the store maker, to highlight us on modern retail store design and built to attract new age customers. May we all dance together, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome Mr. Nilesh Rathod. How are you doing today, Nilesh? Thank you, sir.
Thank you everybody. And I stand here in excitement and anxiety both, because I'm coming into a new market, in a new place, and I hope this city and the entire GCC at large welcomes us in doing what we are trying to do here. So, maybe sets this up. So yes, I am Nilesh Rathod, and I represent a company called Atmosphere, the store makers. We are based out of Bombay, and we've been in the business of retail for almost 16 years now. And the last 4 years, we've been specializing in some of the areas, including doing jewelry stores as well. So here in the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to run you through our intent, or how we design, how we understand customers, their businesses, their markets, and how we go about doing every store, and maybe show you some examples of the work that we've produced so far over the last few years. Right. Okay. Right. So we have been in the business for 16 years, like I said. We have our own design. We do prototyping. So we've got a manufacturing unit back in Mumbai where we do the manufacturing and the fixture production. And we also do project management as well as build management. So that's basically the foray of services that we offer. Now, how we do it differently is a little bit of a this thing, because we actually work very deeply with clients. So while we may not have 100 accounts like many others, but whatever accounts we have with, like I was hearing the panel who just spoke, and some jewelers are attracting tourists, some jewelers are attracting the wedding market, some jewelers are attracting the Gen Z market, some jewelers have a mix of all those markets. So depending on what the customer is really looking at and where is the gap, is where we start studying a jewelry brand, and then we work backwards to seeing what is the gap, because end of the day, the proof of the pudding is the sale that the store generates, and that's what we are there for. So our design is not merely to create an attractive store. It's really to tell a story about how this is going to be done. And there are 3 pillars that we really look at. One of them being intelligent design, which means sometimes it's self-browsing, sometimes it's counter sales like there. There are other mechanisms also. There is use of some amount of technology to understand the customer better. So over a period of time, you can get more per square feet sales. And the other aspect is that jewelry is a business which is associated with heritage, although there are a lot of new brands and startups, but at the same time, there are a lot of heritage brands, and there's a lot of trust associated with jewelry, and storytelling therefore becomes an important part of how a store is designed. So that's one more area where we really focus on, and finally it's the functionality and the form. So these are the three pillars which we use for understanding design, and then basically even before we look at the store or look at what kind of a design it could be, we want to understand more from the customer, and listening is our specialty in a way, and that's how we really approach the whole process. Now, these are some of the stores that we have done. The example that you're seeing is a small 1,200 square feet store. Now, in this store, the brief given to us was very simple. He wanted a shock value. So this store is on a street in Mumbai, in Borivali, and it's like full of jewelry stores, and he wanted to create a shock value because the customer looking at the store should want to come inside the store. So we took a tree and put it inside. We put some, if you see on the background there are these sparkling diamond-like things. So that's basically an LED wall that we did, and it's actually a diamond jewelry store. So that's what we've done for them, and that's that. Now, this is another brand, Arnika. It's owned by Khimji Jewelers in Bhubaneswar. So for them too, we had 60 days to create. I mean, one of the things that you'll be seeing here is 60 days, and I will come back to how we do that, because that's basically the icing of the cake as to how we really build our stores. So for them, basically, Arnika means flowing water. And when we wanted to create something for Arnika, they wanted to, keep the form and flow into it. So we use that in the design. So if you see the entire design, there are no edges anywhere. So, and at the same time, it's got a very muted color tone that we've used. So that was the brief given to us, and accordingly we've created, and I think we did create. I mean, one of the other things they said was that this should be the best store in the city, and I think we did create that. Sorry for that. Yeah. So now here is another brand where we worked with. Now this is Kushal's, again a fashion jewelry brand. They're mostly into the low-end fashion jewelry, silver jewelry, as well as, what do you call that? I mean, I'm sorry, I don't get the word, but it's something to do with, okay, doesn't matter. So here, and if you see here, all the fixtures and everything that we've done, it's all factory finished. So they wanted to cut on cost. So the per square feet cost of a store like this was not more than 4,500 back in India. So here maybe it's a little more, but typically this is what we created for the brand. Now, Ashpra is another brand. They're based out of Gorakhpur, and it's a heritage brand. So they've been there for, I think, more than 3-4 decades now. And they're a very trusted brand up in the north of India. And for them, we've done this particular store in Lucknow. And if you see here, everything is timeless, in the sense they wanted to use marble, and everything needed to be like fitted well into place, and it could last them for another 20 years, because that's what their customers associate their brand with. And so this is what we created for them. This is a 10,000 square feet project that we did. And again, this too was delivered in less than 60 days with all the marble and all the wall panelings and all the factory finishes that you see here. So that being our USP, this is a product that we gave for them. Now this is interesting. This is a brand owned by Riddhi Siddhi. I'm sure you guys know they're one of the largest gold bullion players out of India, and they have a plan to open 100 stores of this kind, and they are basically into lab-grown diamonds. So if you see the whole market was Gen Z. I mean, they wanted to attract a crowd which is buying jewelry to keep up with the trend, in terms of fashion. So, they were vying with whether they're going to buy a piece of clothing or whether they're going to buy a piece of jewelry. So basically they wanted a store which kind of attracted this kind of a Gen Z customer, and there is a mix of self-browsing as well as counter sales. And this is a store that we've done. This one is in Palladium Mall in Bombay. So yeah, so this is their design. Again, everything is factory finished. We just did the floors, the walls, and the ceilings on the side. Yeah. Right. This is another brand where we've just done the design. The store is yet to come up, for Evolium Diamonds. Again, it's a lab-grown brand. Now this time, they wanted to be associated with the purity of diamonds, so they wanted everything white. And we stuck to the case, and we gave them everything the way they needed it. So, and we do believe that it's working for them as a design. So let's see how it comes up. Maybe in a few days, we'll see. Now, this is another brand, Solitario. They have a few stores in India. I think they've got one in Dubai also. So for them too, we've done a store in Pune very recently. And this is something that we've done. Again, they are into a mix of Gen Z and lab grown as well, so not into the heritage or the wedding design. So of course the design will change very, very drastically if we do it for those markets. Now, one of the bigger players that we are associated with is Kalyan Jewellers and Candier. For them, we are continuously doing stores with the Candier brand. And again, it's a mix of how we do work on the site as well as get stuff from our manufactured units and basically put it on site there. Yeah, so this is typically what we do, and I'd like to take you to how we work, and that's where I think that sets us apart from the traditional players who've been working the way they've been working. For us, delivering any project is about a 12 to 16 week process. So, I mean, here I've been cautious and I've made it 16 weeks. Otherwise, in India, we show this as 12 weeks. So, in a 12-week project, we basically spend 3 weeks on design, then there are stages that are procurement, then there is the actual execution, the manufacturing, the de-snagging, and we have a very clear-cut timelines on how each stage is set up. What is very important to us is delivering the store on time, because there are rents involved, there are salaries involved, there is inventory involved, and if you total up all of that, it's a massive cost that the customer ends up paying if his project gets delayed. And that is our highest priority, while we give all the importance to the design and the other elements that are absolutely essential for a store delivery. So without taking much of your time, you can see that this is divided into 5 stages, and at every stage you see that there is a red line. That red line is basically something we don't cross. And if we cross, then we have a conversation with the customer that, look, this is crossing, and either we extend the project timeline or we do something to make sure that doesn't happen. And that inventory of items which should not cross is our responsibility, not yours. I mean, we understand that you are jewelers and you need to put all your attention on how to sell jewelry and not how to make the store. And that's where we think we need to learn the lessons and come in. And that's what we expect to do here as well. I mean, as we step into this market now, which is a market of glamour, a melting pot of the world, and there's a lot of learning that I think is on the way when we address the customers here and address the markets here. In fact, we've just picked up our first customer a couple of months back here in this market, and I think you guys will welcome us. Okay, just a minute. Yeah. So I mean, I can say a lot of things, but how we do it differently is that if we delay, we pay the rents. So when you and me get into an agreement, this is how it will happen, and these are the do's and don'ts, and we get into the process, and our design is in-house, so we've got our entire design team who kind of designs the work. All the designs that we communicate to you is not going to be AutoCAD plans or anything which is technical in nature. You will just see 3Ds. And that 3D will tell you exactly, in fact, some of the projects that we saw, a couple of them were in 3D. So that's how it will show, and the store will look like a replica of it. So even if there is a chandelier shown up there, that's the exact piece that will go into the store. We will not change it. Again, the drawings, all the other things as per the engineering layouts or anything that your local laws require, all of that will be taken care of while the construction and the execution happens. Manufacturing, we've got our own manufacturing set up in India where we do work with marble, PVD, all the kind of finishes that a typical jewelry store would require. And you saw the examples in the work that we have done there. I already spoke about timelines, and our entire perception in the end is that, as a customer, we don't want you to be bothered with seeing where your store is. I mean, what we do want you to do is, focus on what you know best so that we can focus on what we know best. And at the end of the day, it's a win-win for both, where you saving time and putting it where it needs to, and we make a bit of money in trying to do so. So that's basically how we see our work. And I look forward to, meeting some of you who have some plans and take things forward from here. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Please, absolutely join us here. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Manoj on stage to kindly present a token of love, a memento. For this very interesting presentation, ladies and gentlemen, we had this noon the keynote speaker, Nilesh Rathod. Thank you very much, Mr. Manoj, for joining us here. May we please have a token of love, a memento from Retail Jeweler, Middle East Forum 2025. Thank you very much. Sure. Thank you, Ashish. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now is the moment to get into yet another interesting panel discussion, ladies and gentlemen, how the new market forces are recasting South Asian diasporic jewelry demand. To moderate this session, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Ms. Shoma Bhatta, publisher and editor of The Retail Jeweler, to kindly join us here on stage as we welcome our distinguished panelists. May we please put hands together and welcome Lynette Chittalipalli, the owner, Chittalipalli Jewelers, UAE. From Chittalipalli Jewelers, UAE is Lynette Chittalipalli. Mehul Lodhia, Nysa Creations, UK. Let's give it up for Mehul Lodhia. Mehul, you seem to have a lot of fans out here. Wow. Let's continue the applause as we welcome Dato Guna, founder and CEO, Brightway Trading Global Malaysia. Dato Guna, please, to kindly join us here on stage. All right, guys, can we please have the microphones on?
Datu has just checked in, so he will take a while to come down. The team is following up. In the meantime, we will begin the discussion.
May we please welcome Satyan Choksi, Director, Nimisha Jewelry, to also join this panel. Thank you, Satyan. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lynette, Mehul, and Satyan, and Ms. Shoma, to begin this panel.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the 7th edition of this forum. For all those people who are coming here for the first time, we have been doing this forum independently for last 6 years. And this year we decided to move it on the sidelines of Gem Gold. I'll talk about Gem Gold a little later in the day. Coming back to the topic for this session, Dubai is the global corridor for the world. It caters to all the wholesalers, key retailers of all global markets, primarily catering to the South Asian diasporic consumers. And I was looking at some numbers online. It's pretty astonishing. I'm sure some of you already know it. Close to 50 million South Asian diasporic consumers are there in the world, out of which 35 million happen to be Indians. And as I can see, most of us here have some connection to the Indian origin, even though today you people may be scattered around the world. But this brings all of us into a network that we understand culturally, aesthetically, and India being one of the largest manufacturing hubs gives us the huge advantage of understanding the design pulse of this community as it evolves globally, both economically and in population. On that note, we will discuss today how the wholesaling community in Middle East, and we have Lynette, we have Satyan representing the wholesaling community from Middle East. We have Mehul Lodhia, I was recently in London, and I must say the gentleman is the poster boy of the industry. He is connected to over 150 retailers, and there is no one he doesn't know, and the vice versa. So Mehul, thank you so much for coming. I know you're holidaying with your school friends here on a reunion. Thank you for making time for us. So Mehul will help us get an overview of the UK market, which is a substantial market for South Asian diaspora. And we have Mr. Datu, who is going to be here in a bit. I traveled to Kuala Lumpur and I came across this store called Tamarai, a new kid in the block. A beautifully designed store. The retail experience is unbelievable by Kuala Lumpur standards, not by Dubai standards. We are at a different level of luxury retail. But yeah, in Kuala Lumpur, the retail experience, the branding, the color choices, the merchandise, all of it is absolutely delightful. And the gentleman has a very high ambition of opening 15 stores across all the cities in Malaysia and brings a very new perspective to doing business in a diasporic market. So let's begin with Lynette. Lynette, the company is over 40 years old, close to 4 decades,
Yes,
and primarily dealing in yellow gold.
22 carat.
Yeah, 22 carat. So I wanted to understand, Dubai being the corridor and the company having served this market for so long, what are the new demand patterns that you see? We'll look at it. One, we will look at the South Asian diaspora within Middle East, and we will look at how you are catering to the diaspora outside Middle East, the global markets. So give us an overview of what are the shifts you have seen over the last few years.
So from where I look at it, from our team, we look at it as a lot of the consumers, be it our B2B or B2C, we both ways. What we've seen is they've chosen lightweight. They have chosen lightweight over heavyweight in 22 carat. And you can see that on a regular basis. That's the kind of request that we receive. We have also seen in the sense of there is a lot of request in the sense of not totally ignoring heritage, but bringing in contemporary aesthetics into the design. So that's also a lot of requests that we receive. We have seen it in the last, especially with the the rates of the gold prices increasing. This is one of the biggest requests that we have received. So of course with that, we are also changing that, the kind of designs we're bringing in. We're bringing in more lightweight. We're bringing in more of their requests. We are speaking to the manufacturers that we work with closely and ask them for what they want.
So to sum it up, you are saying that lightweight is understandable given the market rates.
Yes.
But more than that, you are saying that within that category, consumers have specific design requirements which
Yes,
are more
they do.
contemporary.
Yes, they do. It's not all about heritage or heirloom pieces. They do want to bring in the contemporary into that. While
Okay,
they're
and that is
focusing
work
on
in
it.
progress because
Yes.
what I see in the markets is mostly very traditional designs.
Yes,
So,
it is.
Mehul, coming to you because UK again is a very yellow gold market. But we do see, like I said, when I visited, what I saw is all these international chains, Indian chains into the international markets. You see Joya Lucas, Tanishq, Malabar, they are all penetrating the global markets. And on the shelves, on the windows, you don't see yellow gold. What you see is studded. What does it really mean for the South Asian diasporic pipeline, the supply chain?
First of all, Soma, thank you so much for inviting me on the panel. And thank you so much, Soma, for inviting on the panel, and thank you, Retail Jeweler. So before I reply to a question, I would like to thank Retail Jeweler for doing this amazing event regularly and consistently. And on behalf of our UK delegation, I would like to thank you all and your team that every time when we are here, you have been taken care of no matter what. And your right from the communication, hospitality is amazing. And everybody is really happy after the events.
You're really kind.
Pleasure. So yeah, as you were in London and you saw the trend is still very, very traditional, and the designs are still very conservative. But now the trend is shifting slowly after this change coming up in the UK, because they have all kind of jewelry, right from 22 carat, 18 carat, 14 carat. They've got diamonds, not only traditional, but they come up with very contemporary jewelry, like Lilith said, which is needed now because the youngsters, they don't want to go for that old kind of jewelry. But having said that, the jewelers itself need to understand and they need to adapt to the changes. And that's where the major issue is, because they don't want to adapt to the new designs, and they're still into that, the thinking of that only traditional and yellow jewelry will work. But slowly we are seeing the shift. And
Mehul, just give me a moment. Mr. Datu, please welcome on the stage. Hi. Yeah. I have already given an introduction for Tamarai and you, so welcome.
Yeah, so we are seeing the shifts now, slowly, not every aspect, but we have seen now Indian jewelers stocking 14 karat, 18 karat jewelry this year because of, obviously, the gold prices are going very high. And now when the youngsters are coming up and they are looking some designs in, say, Joya Lucas, Kalyan, Malabar, they want the same designs to be, you know, it's a desire, it's a passion. They want something different. They don't want that yellow 22 karat. And I think slowly it will change, but there has to be a start. And I think the start has been launched by this, all these chain of stores in UK now.
Right. I think, it's a little counterproductive for the industry because we have the opportunity, and yellow jewelry we know, it's not the most profitable. It may give us the volumes, but it's not the most profitable. So studded jewelry can give that push to the profit, to the bottom line, and create new growth opportunities for the entire chain.
No, absolutely. And the thing is, these youngsters and there are a lot of families who fly to Dubai and India to buy jewelry because they don't get that in UK. So that's a major challenge. But only, people who could afford flying and staying out of the country to buy jewelry, they would go. But there are still people there who want to buy locally and they don't find these designs.
And now the Joya Lucas, Malabars, and the Tanishks of the world will cater to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Satyan, coming to you, you have been in business for close to 4 decades. And while you primarily deal in yellow gold, you also have a line of studded jewelry. Tell us, what are the trends you are seeing? What is the growth pattern? And what are the new opportunities that you see?
So I think to pick up from what Mehul Bhai was saying earlier, is there's definitely a growing acceptance of lower carated jewelry. Even look at India, which has been traditionally a 22 carat market. Now every jeweler from Chandigarh to Coimbatore carries at least some 18 carat jewelry. And I think that trend is expected to grow. But I also think that South Asian jewelers in UK, for example, or anywhere else in the world, are slower to modernize than the jewelers in the domestic markets. So you can go into Coimbatore and you can find Italian 18 carat, really nice, expensive jewelry, but the shop in UK won't have that. So there's been a bit of a lag for Indians based abroad to modernize the collections.
I would want to understand, what is the role that wholesalers like you and Mehul and the likes of you play in bringing that change?
I think more than anything else, it's, we obviously cater to the customers, right? And I just feel that Indians abroad tend to hold on to the traditions stronger than the Indians in India. So which is why you see, people in Rajkot, for example, wearing 18 karat jewelry, but the same Gujarati community in New York or LA would not do that. So, and we have to cater to the, markets as they are, as opposed to try and modernize them.
But, as industry leaders, don't we also carry the responsibility of anticipating the future trends, responding to those trends ahead of time, and then enabling that shift? Because we are at the back end of the retail front. So all I'm saying is maybe collectively we can bring that shift, especially now because Tanishq and all these brands are playing a major role in changing the outlook towards Indian designs. To the young generation that you're talking about, you're saying that they hold on to the heritage. I completely agree with that. But I think the younger generation has access to global media. She is online. She is looking at trends real time. She has the aspiration. Can we fan that aspiration a little more by showing her more choices? Maybe just one shelf. You want to add to that?
See, I definitely agree with the fact what you're saying, that we should encourage, focusing on that demand. But again, like how Satyan mentioned, if the retailers also have to come to us and ask for that push, that it works hand in hand. It's for us to work with the manufacturers, strongly, even the retailers have to work with us, and they have to also come out of that mindset that, okay, we are only going to do heavy jewelry, the traditional jewelry. It works, all of us have to work hand in hand. It just doesn't work with just the wholesalers or the manufacturers. The retailers have to educate the consumers as well, and they should be open to what the consumers are requesting.
On that note, Datu, I'll come to you. Okay, she talked about educating the consumers. Okay, I told the audience here that I was so heavily impressed with the retail experience that you're offering in Kuala Lumpur. You are promoting diamonds in a yellow gold market. The
Yes.
market that you are in, it's primarily yellow gold, and you are going heavy on studded. You have some brilliant policies that you have introduced to encourage consumers to buy diamonds. Can you talk us through your, initiatives in the studded jewelry space?
Actually, sorry for late. I'm coming. Anyway, thanks to Soma for having me here. Okay, first of all, the diamond industry we are just launched in Malaysia into our brand. Okay, and then mostly previously we were doing in yellow gold also. So we are doing wholesale and retail in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, basically. But previously we are dealing with the wholesale entire Malaysia. So we have 14 states. 14 states we cover with our wholesale brand with the Brideway, such things. So newly only we into our yellow gold diamonds. Yeah, just I think 1.5 years already. But it's good demand in Malaysia, very good demand. Yeah.
Of studded jewelry.
Yes.
Okay, but you did tell me that you've introduced some policies for exchange and.
Yeah, so exchange policy, how we cover the customers based on, we want to an exchange. Okay, let's say they are bought from us in the retail. Okay, we are doing one-to-one exchange. That means we only minus the workmanship. But the diamond, the carat, everything, we do the one-to-one. How much you bought is like how the yellow gold work. The old gold, the exchange rate, zero reduction. That's how we do it in diamond also. Because basically we cover our customers. Yeah, that's how it
But
works.
are you giving return also or just exchange?
Just exchange only, no
No return.
cash, only return.
Only
Yeah,
exchange.
yes.
But have you seen that influence the demand?
Yes. Yeah, because after a year, they start to exchange because the designs, the new design, everything, they start to come and exchange with us. Yeah.
Yeah, because in Kuala Lumpur markets, that is one of the biggest drawbacks which I saw. None of the retailers have any exchange policies, and they give exchange of about 60% only. So during COVID, I think when the customers came back, they were hugely disappointed because, that...
Actually, the main player previously was the Joel Cars and Malabar, all that. So newly only now we are coming into the diamonds. Yeah, that's the
All
thing.
the best to you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
We have a few studded jewelry
Sure.
suppliers tomorrow and day after. Maybe you can explore the
Yeah, sure.
designs. Okay, coming to you, Mehul. You cater to 150 jewelers. In yellow gold, what are the shifts you are seeing?
Hello. Yeah. So we are probably one of the only company who does and works in all caratage. We do 9 carat, we do 14 carat, we do 18 carat, we do 22 carat, we do diamonds, we do lab growns, we do natural diamonds, we do antique, we do rose cuts. So we have identified stores accordingly. So in this market, this will sell. This customer needs this customer needs this. And especially we try educating retailers sometimes about, the main reason of not selling low caratage jewelry in UK and other parts of the world where Indian diaspora exists is lack of education. Consumer thinks that buying 18 carat doesn't have a resale value. So you need to make them understand that 18 carat, when you buy, you pay for 18 carat. Nevertheless, you pay more labor charge compared to 22 carat sometimes because the designs are fancy and casted with studded stones and all. But if we educate them, so now we are seeing a lot of shifts, and even I was surprised since past 1 year that we have customers of Indian community, Indian jewelers talking 9 carat, 14 carat, 18 carat and 22 carat. But it's still a challenge. 22 carat still it's 80%. These all comes into 20% of the market. But slowly they are now, and they are getting response when they started stocking these jewelries, lightweight especially, they are getting very good response. And I think slowly they will learn and they will start stocking more and more.
And what about diamonds?
Unfortunately, the natural diamond market in UK among the Asian diaspora is really going very badly. Like it's almost 80% down than previous years. Lab grown has increased by 200% in past 2 years. But now again, you know, the chain of stores coming in there, they don't stock lab grown. So probably now natural diamond sales have also increased in this year.
So when you say lab grown, is it primarily in the solitaire segment? Because that's what I could
Yes,
see
mainly
on
in-
the shelves.
Yes, solitaire segments and people who couldn't afford diamonds, natural diamonds, they are going for lab grown.
Right. Overall, are we seeing growth in this diasporic markets? And when I say growth, you know, I was talking to Satyan and Lynette, and I was saying that maybe as an industry, we should add a new marker to gold growth, because if you look at volumes, like India, volumes are going down. Satyan was telling me in Australia and other markets, volumes are up. So, you know, but when we say volumes are down, it gives a very hopeless sort of a, you know, it projects a lot of hopelessness about that country or that region. So can we start looking at number of units? You know, I was asking Lynette also, do you think there is merit in looking at number of pieces that we are selling? Because as gold touches $6,000, like they say, you know, volumes will keep steadily coming down, and that's something we need to accept as an industry. So if we accept that, and rates will mean nothing, because value growth is then, you know, because at the rate which is growing. So maybe number of pieces we are selling can make us more hopeful about how we are capturing the market. So your sense on this?
In a way, that's like whitewashing, right? Because when you show your profitability, either to yourself or to lenders, banks, for example, I mean, the number of pieces sold doesn't mean anything. It has to, you know, come down to the bottom line, which comes as a percentage of the investment. So yes, it could be all hunky-dory saying, oh, I sold so many number of pieces, but if that doesn't make sense as a percentage of your investment, it doesn't work.
But number of pieces growing will automatically correlate to your growth if the number of pieces are growing at a faster pace. Somewhere it will correlate, right, to growth?
I mean, for example, if you're selling 1,000 pieces of 1 gram each versus 100 pieces of, you know, heavier weights.
I wasn't looking at that drastic.
Yeah.
I mean, depends on what grammage segment you are in,
Yeah.
right? If you're dealing in average 10, you wouldn't come down to 1. I'm just saying, depends on what volumes you're
I mean,
dealing
it could
in.
work in some markets. I just don't see how it would work in, you know, our markets here.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
I don't think so.
Okay. Any other takes on how collectively as an industry we could give a push to the demand for new categories, for higher profitability, and yeah, newer opportunities? A final statement from each one of you.
So, you know, the usual way was how to do is produce and push. Now I feel that, like I mentioned previously, I'm reiterating it, that you have to understand what the sense of each consumer and then supply. So once you understand that demand, and I think we can be open to, you know, supporting the industry, I think it should work.
I think the only one word I would say is education. We need to educate, because you know we've got jewelers in UK who have not been to India in many years themselves. We still have jewelers who have not been to, they've seen Dubai, but they have not seen India. And look at the adaptation which India does as far as designing and other things are concerned. And so I think adaptation of the trend is very important, and filling the gap. There is a lot of gap in that sector. Still, I would say that yellow jewelry will still be dominating around the world out of India. But these other things which are studded jewelry, polkis and jada and all, that could add to the profitability of the company as well, with wholesalers as well as the retailers.
You said one thing, that those retailers have not traveled to India, you know, they have probably just come to Dubai. The reality is that, yes, India has progressed. We have a vast range of designs. And the irony is, maybe the jewelry doesn't. But the lady who is wanting to buy that jewelry, she knows all the designs which are there because every jeweler in India is now on social media. So she is exploring and probably feeling very deprived, you know. So
But having said that, we talk about manufacturers out of India, but if you think about Dubai as a manufacturing hub, now just think about it. Ever since SEPA started, like you would think that jewelry imports from India would quadruple, but that hasn't happened. You would think that factories here would move to India because of lower costs and overheads. That hasn't happened. In fact, Dubai manufacturing right now is getting even more efficient, better, cost effective. So, I think this whole fallacy that India has the best and, the highest range of designs, I think that's a thing of the past. I mean, we still look to India for, handmade jewelry, whether it's Calcutta, whether it's, antique from Bombay or Coimbatore jewelry. But all the other stuff, Dubai is far superior.
right, you're talking about CNC primarily.
Well, CNC, casting, machine chains, tubing. I mean, I can name at least 10 to 15 factories out here that have more than 500, workers. I mean, some of the guys are sitting here right now. And, they have factories in India and they have factories here. With SEPA, why do you need that? You don't. But because out here it's far more efficient, they do that.
So I think it's also what we get in India and what we are now beginning to see come from Middle East. It's sort of complementing each other. I don't think it's like cannibalizing in a way because it's not cannibalizing India's strength in any way. It's just complementing because India is more about handcraft and, antique jewelry.
Yes, that is exactly it, yeah.
Yeah, which actually makes the pipeline far stronger because you have a wider choice for sourcing.
Of course.
Yeah.
And as he rightly said, Dubai is very efficient. And say, for example, if you want to order some casting items in India, it takes 2 to 3 weeks. Whereas if you order in Dubai, it will be ready in 5 days. So they are far more efficient, I feel. And,
So this is something for all the manufacturers from India here.
no, it is really like we work with India for the same product, and now we have started working in Dubai for the same products, and we see vast difference. It's ready in a week.
And then there is this very, very controversial comparison of making charges, which is wastage and which is related to grams. Dato is nodding his head. Would you like to comment on it, being one of the oldest wholesalers in Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah, actually the manufacturing compared to India and Dubai, I say Dubai is much more faster. This is what we are seeing so far in the past 6 months. This is what you say is actually true.
The making charges
Yeah.
also.
It's also better than India. So we shifted a lot of our manufacturing from India to Dubai now, just because of this reason. More was efficient, and there are factories that he said that they are existing in India as well as UAE, and some of them are exhibiting tomorrow. So, but we love to work with the Dubai factory compared to the Indian one because
I'm sure Indian manufacturers will draw lessons from this discussion, go home and do their work and make sure they're competitive enough because this platform that we have created it's a very open platform. We have Indian manufacturers, we have Middle East manufacturers, and I think now it's like an open competition. Each to his own, they will find a way to survive. So, Dato, one statement, any last statement from you?
Actually, so far, because we are doing wholesale compared to retail. So far in Malaysia, wholesale is doing very well. We are taking from India and Dubai to both, and also Singapore. But we compare the workmanship, everything, the Dubai is much more better.
What about handcrafted? Would
Yeah,
you
and-
compare India and Middle East?
Handcrafted, yeah, we cannot compare India. India is much more better.
Okay, I have to champion for
Yeah.
India. Thank you so much. You've been a lovely audience, and hope manufacturers take this feedback positively and try to work on it, because one thing that has come again and again from the international wholesalers is the comparison of making charges, that comparison of wastage and per gram. I think that is something they need to take
And
note
efficiency.
of. And efficiency. Thank you, panelists.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much so much.
Question, is that okay, Mr.
Yeah,
Soma?
absolutely.
We have a question with our distinguished
Yes,
panelists.
absolutely.
Please, sir. Sure.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Bhaskar Patni. I represent Kenya. I'm the secretary for Jewelers Association of Kenya. And this particular question is on behalf of my brother also. So this, as Satyan Bhai just mentioned, that the diaspora, we have been living outside for almost 100 years, outside India. And it is the one which is maintaining our culture and our identity in buying jewelry and taking care of our tewaras. So it is very important that we preserve this tradition. One of the questions that I wanted to ask the panelists here is that most of my customers, and I'm sure even Mehul Bhai would agree with me, that we have about 40 to 50%, 30-40% of retailers here based in Dubai who are charging 0% on manufacturing, making, yeah. How do we tackle that? Because that is what our customers are asking, that Dubai, quote unquote, is very cheap. But from my experience, whenever I see those products, I wouldn't want to buy for myself or my wife or anybody. Then why would the customers go for it? And how do World Council or the panel or the wholesalers are going to tackle that?
I mean, you know, that's $1 million question. If you have any suggestions, I'm sure the Dubai Golden Jewelry Group will give you an award for an answer. But jokes aside, listen, at the end of the day, as you said, if you go into one of those shops, the variety of designs that you see are extremely limited. And at the end of the day, you know, you're selling jewelry, and it is a lot to do with service, the kind of products that you offer. So it's not difficult to differentiate yourself. I mean, you know, today you could go to Bar Dubai and you could see Meena Jewelers doing fabulous business at really premium making charges, right next to somebody else who's at a zero making charge concept. And there's a market for both. So it's just about differentiating yourself and, you know, customer service.
Yeah, I agree. It could be a very small segment of customers that one can totally ignore.
I strongly feel zero making charge is a gimmick. When you go to the store, as I said, there is a small section of variety. I think probably the dead stock, which has been not selling since a couple of years, they put it there and get rid of, like rather than melting, they sell it for cheap. But even the pricing wise, if you see the price, what they charge, you make the customer understand about what exactly you paid for that zero making. Zero making is, it's not because the retailer is not going to put money out of his pocket and sell anything.
Absolutely. And I think, you know, regardless of whatever somebody else is doing, I think each retailer needs to work on his core. And if you can build a core which connects with your TG, I don't think we should feel threatened by zero making charges. Any other questions? Okay, with that, we'll wrap up this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Request you all to kindly join us for a beautiful photo op. Meanwhile, I'm going to kindly request Mangesh Chauhan, Managing Director, Sky Gold and Diamonds, and Mahendra Chauhan, Director, Sky Gold and Diamonds, to kindly join us here to present memento on behalf of the Retail Jeweler Middle East Forum to our distinguished panelists, and Ms. Shoma Bhatta for moderating this session. Please be here with us. Please be here with us. Please. Please. Everybody. Lynette, kindly join us here. May we please have a token of love and request Lynette Chittilapilli to kindly accept this. Mr. Mehul Lodhia, please, to step forward. Mr. Satyan Choksi, please. This is for you. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, we can really put our hands together for this very interesting panel on the market forces of recasting South Asian diasporic jewelry demand. Mr. Satyan Choksi, sir, please. Thank you, Dato Guna. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us here. Ladies and gentlemen, we truly appreciate your interaction, the fact that we've gathered here from across the world, and it's always business done in a unique way in every country. So this is truly of great essence to us. Thank you so much. May we now welcome our speaker, Mr. Vivek Das, Director, Synergic Solutions Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put hands together for Mr. Vivek Das, who shall speak on technology transformation, integrating technology for holistic tech adoption within the organization. We all know we are all loving this world of AI and social media. So let us know a little bit about the technology transformation. Thank you. How are you doing, Vivek?
I'm good, Simran. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Can we have all the microphones on at the console? Can we have all the microphones on, please, guys? Thank you, appreciate it. We'd like to thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to kindly request you all to be seated for this session, and then we have very interesting session after this, followed by the panel discussion. We have our last three sessions, followed by the felicitation ceremony, and we are thoroughly excited to hear from all the manufacturers when we go to the other area outside and know from individual or the manufacturers about the jewelry that they are in. So sorry for this, but we're going to take a second. Or Mr. Vivek, do you think you want to go ahead, or we wait for a minute, if you don't mind? Thank you, appreciate it so much. Ladies and gentlemen, a humble request to all of you to kindly be seated in the ballroom. It's a beautiful gathering of all the jewelers from around the world, and we always look forward to being a part of the Middle East Forum. Middle East is very renowned, where we look forward to trade, business, travel. It all comes together, and Dubai being numero uno. So we thank each and every one of you once again for joining us here at our 7th edition of our prestigious Retail Jeweler Middle East Forum, which is this dynamic platform where we all have gathered here together. We'd like to thank truly our presenting partners for making it possible for us to connect and have this magnificent gathering and celebration. Thank you to our presenting partners, World Gold Council and Sky Gold and Diamonds. And we'd like to thank our associate sponsors, Synergic Solutions Private Limited, and Vivek is here with us. And thank you, Atmosphere, the store maker. Ladies and gentlemen, the world of today, where perception is regarded as more important than substance, let's get into the actual substance and get to know about what's trending by Mr. Vivek Das, the Director of Synergic Solutions Private Limited. Thank you, Mr. Vivek.
Very good evening to everyone.
Good evening, sir.
May we have the presentation, please? So, I'm the founder for Synergics. We have been into the business of truly synergizing the brilliance of jewelry and software automation for the past 2 decades across 9 countries, and every state of India would have a user running our application. And as we talk today on a Sunday also, I believe 30,000 people would have hooked onto the system right now. So now, whom do we actually automate? So we take care of omni-channel retailers. We take care of independent retailers. Now on omni-channel, we are running CaratLane, Candere. I don't know if you've heard of a name called Angara, one of the biggest e-commerce players with factories across continents, and Browns based in UK and South Africa. Now these are few names I have mentioned here with respect to independent retailers whom we have automated. And there are a plethora of manufacturers across whom we have automated in India and abroad. So what did we do with respect to UAE? So we took up one retailer, Meena Jewelers, and the transformation and the change was taken up with them. So what exactly were the problems, or I would say it's not the problems, actually it's a journey which one has, So you have something which is going to stand up to a particular time and then you've got to change. So they had an old legacy. No legacy is ever bad. Third-party integrations and compliances, whenever you have a system which is residing on your local premises, you always have a difficulty there. Then the CRM is never proactive, it is reactive. So rather than you being flashed about the profile when someone walks in, you actually do dissection later on. You always with time land up having islands which have manual Excels. Then you have that gut whether to trust that Excel, not to trust that Excel. And whenever you have an application hosted in your premises, then rather than being in the business of jewelry, you become in the business of hardware. Then support obviously becomes an issue because you have a localized application running. Backups become a nightmare. And you have multiple islands running. Like you have a procurement division and the person who gets the goods, they are different. As a result of which, you might have raised a purchase order of X goods, people get Y goods, by the time you identify you required Z goods. So what we did here, we aligned every data. We ensured, that we sat with every business process owner, I would say, and we made it a part of the system rather than being islands. All manual activities which were done were made a part of the system again. And most importantly, that we have always believed, every client that I have named, including the bigs of CaratLane or even independent jewelers, all of them are hosted on cloud. World-class cloud, we run with AWS, and we are audited for that every year. The only software company in this vertical to have SOC 2 Type 2 certification. Now you have something called Planet here. We integrated with that. And you have something called compliance here that was taken care. The commission for sales was never a part of the system. Now that's a part of the system. Now, I have always believed that whenever you sell jewelry, you've got to define it right. I'm not saying that other systems don't define it right, but other systems don't allow you to define the bill of material the way you would like to define a bill of material. When I talk about, say, diamond jewelry, so you want to distinguish center stone to side stones, a difficulty will people feel, which was taken here. Then you don't want to sit there if you want to scale. So approvals needs to be automated. It should automatically come to you, and you needn't be physically present for that. VAT refunds have to be API driven. And all localized changes with respect to Dubai were done. There's a very big lacuna that we saw 10 years back, when we automated a lot of manufacturers with respect to old gold and the expected recovery. There's a very big gap there. So that if automated and if the system is able to suggest proactively that this is the kind of recovery or this is the kind of pure metal that you're expecting or you should expect, it obviously adds to your profitability. Now, you have to have systems built on top of it. They were using Power BI. What is the point of having a BI system if the data goes to the system 2 days down? It doesn't help, right? So it has to be real time. It was made real time. And whenever you talk about a gold-centric market, your live gold position has to be known at a click. It cannot wait, or it cannot wait for people to tell you. This was done. ID scanning is a basic thing which was done again. And Meena went live exactly on the day that we promised them to. Now let's hear what Nikhil has to say. It is his birthday today, so he couldn't make it. But we have a video what he had to say about us. I would like you to patiently hear it. May we have the video, please?
Hi, my name is Nikhil Jaithwani, and I'm one of the owners of Meena Jewelers, a retail jewelry brand based in Dubai for over 30 years. I wanted to share a bit with you about our journey with software, particularly on why we chose to move ERPs. But before I go into that, you have to understand a bit of the context. I joined this industry from a corporate background for about a decade, and the first thing I noticed was how complex the jewelry industry is, especially in the UAE. You not only have to manage a huge amount of variety catering to tourists and residents, you also have to manage KYC and compliance, get their passport information, their address info. You have to manage VAT refunds, plan it. You have to manage merchandising across hundreds of suppliers, managing tens of thousands of designs. And every stakeholder in that chain expects this to be quick. Customers cannot wait around for you to KYC and onboard them for 10 minutes. They want it done in 2 minutes. So we wanted a software partner that could adapt, be agile, and as we learned about how this industry is evolving, could help us grow and grow together. And as we think about expansion, also expand with us without creating a lot of technical overhead. So in December of last year, we started looking for a new provider, and we asked around, and one of the names that came up was Synergix. The one challenge was that Synergix at that time was only based in India, and they had customers outside of India, but nobody in the UAE. So we ended up signing with them, but only with the commitment that they'd help us launch within 4 months, which was April of this year. That in itself, if someone who's been through an ERP implementation will know, launching an ERP in 4 months is extremely, extremely challenging. But the ownership there committed that we would get it done, and they definitely deployed enough resources, and we weren't even 1 day late. And even since then, we've had to make some changes and adapt, and they've been more than supportive to help us through that journey and make sure that they're well embedded. And all those things I mentioned before, all those complexities, the software is handling. So yeah, we've been quite happy with our experience with them. We had a 4-month timeline of going live. And in those 4 months, it's not just about Meena Jewelers working with Synergix. There are a lot of external partners involved here. They had to get an API done with Planet. They had to get an API done with our compliance provider. We also have a service whereby we take a picture of a customer's passport or Emirates ID, and it'll fill in all the information. That had a separate API. Synergix was a partner to us in integrating all these different services, and also being a partner to all of our internal stakeholders to make sure they were comfortable with what they were going to get. So the reports that they needed, any training that they needed. They had someone deployed here for 1 month before launch to make sure that each and every one of our staff members, or at least the managers, were well aware of what was coming. We have over 100 salespeople, so making sure they're well trained and then the customer experience is not impacted. And coincidentally, we launched on a very high sales day for us. So there was a pretty big challenge, but we didn't have a choice. It was the first day of our financial year. So despite all those challenges, that month really helped us gear up for that launch. The end result of all of this has been that it's allowed us to be a lot more flexible with technology. We can think of an idea, scope it with them, and deploy solutions within 1 or 2 months. Processes that would take us maybe 6-7 months before, we can do them much quicker. The other benefit we've had is, as we think about adding more salespeople or increasing more checkout location points in our stores, we can just do that by adding more iPads, which before would have been a very complicated process of, is it connected to our mainframe? How do we get the connectivity to our main server? Because it's cloud-based, we don't have any of those challenges. In fact, we had an exhibition in Sharjah last month, and we were able to just take a couple of iPads and then manage that whole experience, which before you'd have to use a VPN, connect to our main server, and go through that whole process. I mean, the best thing you can say about an ERP is you don't think about them day to day. So I haven't had to worry too much about it over the last couple of months, which is not always the case with ERP solutions. So the fact that it's working smoothly, we could go through Dhanteras and some of our very, very busy days as well without a hiccup. I think that's a testament to that things went okay and that we're progressing well with the software.
Thank you. That was Nikhil. That was the good part. Obviously, we had a share of fights. So we move on to the next one. So basically, this is all about us. Where are we? How many clients? We have been from Japan to US. We have automated jewelry manufacturers, retailers, wholesalers across whatever you see here. Now, what is it actually which differentiates us from, I would say, other ERP providers who are non-vertical specific like SAP, Oracle, Microsoft? So there's a fundamental difference. What happens with SAP, Microsoft is they are built with the core of finance being at the core and rest being at the periphery. Unfortunately, jewelry does not work that way. Jewelry wants the functionality to be at the core and rest to be at the periphery. So whenever you try to change the core of any standardized ERP, you land up doing so much customization that the next version, whenever it is launched, so someone is building, the next version in Germany, and you have completely changed the building here. So when you try to actually merge the two, the next version becomes a pain. So that is where we are the differentiators. As I've said, we are vertical specialists. It's audited by the best in the industry. And we have something called what we say all-in-one. We cater to every aspect of jewelry automation, whatever your business may be. And we have seen and experienced scale from 2 stores, 1 stores to hundreds of stores also. So that is very well tested here. We have the domain knowledge, and it is agnostic to any kind of hardware or browser. You can work it on the phone, tab, iPads, anything that you want to work it on. You have an app which is a typically helpful app for your salespersons or for that matter your merchandiser, and it is fully on cloud. And this is something what you actually get, in totality. So you get, if you see, these are all joint. There is no disintegration between them. So you have appointments, loyalty, compliance, manufacturing, events, customer conversations, return requests, digital receipt. I can go on and on. So it all is under one singular system rather than being islands around. Now, we have talked a lot about jewelry. A few of you might know me earlier. I want to reinforce this video. So when in Formula 1 races, we have something called as pit stop. So the pit stop is whenever the car or the racer decides to take a stop and change the tires or whatever it is. I just request you to patiently watch this video, and I'll come to the point what I'm trying to tell you. (1990) 8.95 seconds. Please remember this.
Part of the race for Michael Schumacher. But possibly explained by how early he's coming in. You can see we've still got 48 of the 57 to go, so he's not even done 10 laps yet.
2007.22 seconds. (2010) 4.12 seconds. 2020, 1.82 seconds.
1.8 seconds, blink, and yes, you have this.
2023, 1.78 seconds. They all wanted to win races, right? That's what they are there for. But did they really concentrate on just winning races? So I'll take you to the next slide now. They concentrated on something which could help them win races. The moment we are only focused about lag indicators. So I would say sales and profits you might not agree to this, but if you just focus on sales and profits, you will never get there. I have seen, means in 2 decades, that people who have concentrated on only the last part of the balance sheet, they never improve the balance sheet. So you got to take about what actually can I improve upon. Design with details, pricing, procurement, outsourcing, customer experience, and right mix of inventories are a few of them that I'm mentioning here. And this has to be data-driven by all means. You should be, your system, whichever ERP you use, it should be telling you this data immediately on the fly. Now, this was what we have done till now. I would like to tell you what are we doing next. We are in the process of integrating agentic AI in the application. So one of our customers, Mithun Sacheti, who founded Carrot Lane, said that, Vivek, as owners, I really don't want to get into getting reports. Very, very true. They want to have reports on their desktop. And they said, you know what, Vivek, can't I just ask the questions to the ERP? So that's what we are doing here. Can you ask something to the ERP, and the ERP should reply without a person being there. So that's the next thing we are into. So what are we doing? I'll just like to brief you here. So can you compare my Dhanteras of 2024 and 25? This we have almost there, we have done this. So the answer would be yes. Would you require a visual dashboard? And the moment you say yes, this is how it will look. So it will tell you that this is how your gross margin was, what were the transactions, what were the margins, improvement, where are you, transaction volume, where are you, average transaction, how is it. So this is the kind of future that should be there with you. It can tell you category-wise what you have done. If you see there is a red flag on the top where it customer retention, that means your loyal customers never visited. But let me remind you that to get there, you got to have your customer master right. So that is something which you need to have, you got to have. So if you see there, it told, that metal trends. Volume was declined, but because the value was high, you could do that. So you get wonderful results if you look at this, and this is something which is going to be fully AI-driven. Now, I would like to know actually who are the vendors who are giving me profits. Rather than me asking my staff to prepare a report, it going to a vendor like us, me or any other vendor, they will prepare a report. By the time that report is delivered to you, you will have some other dimensions to that report, so that report actually never goes live. Very sure on this. So now we understood this, that you should be able to dissect data on the run and on the fly. So now this actually shows that this is the contribution of vendors the moment. So you have, as an owner or as an analyst or as one who is watching the business, you have different questions whenever a data is thrown back to you. And you should be given that tool to play and to analyze at runtime. Now, if I want, these are just examples, so can you show me store-wise performance details? So it will show you, So you can keep on asking. So margin improvements, best store, top growth category, it will automatically keep on preparing visual dashboards for you. Show me the list of barcodes having an age of more than 3 months. Show me all the invoices which have been sold below cost price. A very good data to have, because we do sell below cost price, but you should know that what was the percentage told to you by your staff and what is the percentage actually you lost. Then whenever there's a PO, I have heard this many times. Keep PO, I had sent this PO, but the goods received were something else. So can you compare it please for me? So that can be an automated thing. So basically if you see, you have tasks, you have analytics, you have anomalies, and you have prediction. So can you ask it to say, going by these trends, what do you think will be the Dhanteras sales? We were just 1 crore away from the prediction that we predicted for Carrot Lane this time. So future systems and organizations have to be seamlessly integrated. robust, intelligent, and proactive. The question is, are you guys ready? Thank you so much for listening to me. It was a pleasure.
Yes, very much. We are ready, Mr. Vivek Das, to do the honors and to present a token of love. May I please invite on stage Mr. Avi Roy, Jarwa House, Bangladesh, to kindly join our center stage. Mr. Vivek, please receive this. And we like the way, and especially the Meena Jewelers giving you a feedback about how Dhanteras was, how Diwali was. So thank you for implementing the technology. Please join our center stage. Maybe please have the token of love. Thank you, darling. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a huge roar of applause. The world that we are living in is technology driven, and we need to get accustomed to technology even in our very own jewelry world. So that was Vivek Das for us. Thank you very much, sirs. Ladies and gentlemen, yet another brilliant session, which is on our India. India emerges as jeweler to the world. And for this session, maybe please put your hands together as we welcome Mr. Mangesh Chauhan, Managing Director, Darshan Chauhan, Director, and Akash Talesara, President, to join us here from Sky Gold and Diamonds. Thank you very much. We'll have all three of them going ahead and sharing with us some great insights on India emerges as jeweler to the world. Maybe please have 3 microphones here on stage. Or the lapel mic, yeah. Sure, take your time and get your lapel mic done. Sure. You want to join us on stage or should they come down, sir? Thank you. Friends, ladies and gentlemen, post which we're going to have the panel discussion followed by the felicitation ceremony. It gives us a huge honor to have all of you assembled here. The evening seems truly beautiful. Today is the first day. To all those who've joined us now, my name is Simran Ahuja, and we welcome you all on behalf of the 7th edition of Retail Jeweler Middle East Forum 2025 and the Retail Jeweler Circle of Excellence 2025. Something very interesting as India emerges as jeweler to the world. We look forward to also meeting all the manufacturers from around the world, where they shall introduce and tell us a little bit about where they're from and about exactly what they are into manufacturing. Ladies and gentlemen, for now, maybe please give it up for Sky Gold and Diamonds. All the 3 gentlemen are all set. Mangesh Chauhan, Darshan Chauhan, and Akash Talesara. Let's get started.
Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for being here. Thanks, Retail Jewelers, for giving an opportunity for this wonderful presentation. So, India has been emerging as a global powerhouse for jewelry manufacturing. And India has been proven to be an artisan's capital of the world for jewelry manufacturing and gold and diamond jewelry.
Next.
With the vision of Made in Bharat for the world, India has arisen as a world's jewelry manufacturing hub with craftsmanship, capacity and compliance. India has been the world's artistry capital for gold and diamonds, building heritage craftsmanship with world precision. India is entering its global decade with the manufacturing with its skill, scale and trust. So India has providing the world's best designing to the world. The powerhouse of jewelry manufacturing with the first largest center for cut and polished diamond, the world's second largest economy for jewelry import and export, with 6 million skilled artisans, with the young emerging skilled artisans, 0.3 million manufacturing units across India from Surat to Jaipur, Mumbai to Coimbatore. 29.81 billion in total gems and jewelry export for FY 24-25. contribute 70% of the India's GDP and 10 to 12% of exports. India has been exporting to all of the world, with exporting to major countries, with maximum exports to UAE and USA, with both gold and studded exports.
Just 1 second.
Yeah. With policy support and outlook, India has been growing on a large scale with strategic partnership with many countries. FTAs with UAE, UK, Australia boost the market access. And with GJEPC, Apex bodies driving exports and skill growth, government support with SEZs, jewelry parks, and many other incentives, industry is growing at a large scale. With 2030 vision, billion worth of jewelry exports. India has always been on the transparent and organized way, growing ahead, built on trust with certifications like IGI, GIA, BIS, with all the purity standards. So I would like to hand over the presentation to Mr. Akash Talsera for the products.
Hi everyone. I'm here to present a little bit about Sky Gold as a company, Sky Gold and Diamonds. So we are India's one of the largest manufacturer of gold and diamond jewelry. We have approximately 1 lakh square feet of a factory space where we are known for our fastest delivery. As in the previous presentation, it was mentioned that India, a lot of people are struggling because of the delivery part. Here we are there with the 10 days delivery cycle. Besides that, we come with a legacy of 20 years of workmanship and experience with a production capacity of more than 9 tons. We have high-tech machines from across the globe to support our production. With this cutting-edge technology, we are able to serve approximately 2,000 plus retailers globally. Right now, we have a workforce of from 900 to 1,000 people working in one of the factories. I'll just give you a gist about how our factory looks. So we are, as a part, we are in Navi Mumbai. So we take the proud to make in Bharat and for the world. That is something what we intend to do, and that is what we are here for. Our group companies, we have Star Mangalsutra, which is a hardcore Mangalsutra factory, which we have built. Then we have a sparkling chain, like all kind of chains, right from Indo-Italian to any kind of chain management happens over here. Then we have recently come up with the Speed Bangle, which is the CNC Bangle division. So these are the group companies. These are 3 different group companies. When you talk about the product, in our product lifespan, we want to be one-stop shop for the world, be it diamond jewelry to gold jewelry, Kuwaiti, Dubai style, UAE style, everything, one-stop shop. These are different brands. So we, as a company, focus on every brand, and there's a separate dedicated team for every division. So this is the entire plethora of all the kind of products what we do. I'll just give you, in my next slide, a highlight of what products we do. So right from 18 karat, 22 karat, 21 karat, even 24 karat, diamond jewelry, everything happens in one factory. I'll pass it on to Mangesh Chauhan. This is our visionary factory which we are building.
Welcome to Sky Jewelry Park, India's largest and most advanced AI-driven jewelry manufacturing hub. A vision brought to life, where tradition meets innovation and Make in Bharat for the world takes its true form. Spanning 5,40,000 square feet, this state-of-the-art facility is designed to set global benchmarks. With a production capacity of 4.5 tons per month, Sky Jewelry Park is engineered for efficiency, precision, and scale. we bring together the best of technology and tradition. Our AI-driven manufacturing process, combined with world-class machinery from Germany, Italy and Turkey, ensures that every piece of gold, diamond, platinum, precious stone, lab-grown diamond and silver jewelry is crafted with precision, beauty and care. Sustainability is at the heart of Sky Jewelry Park. With solar power, water harvesting, tree plantations and advanced recycling, we've built an eco-friendly space that not only drives innovation but also nurtures the planet for future generations. This facility houses 5,000 skilled artisans in a secure and nurturing environment with 24/7 medical care, a fully equipped gym, a multi-purpose court and recreational spaces. We prioritize their well-being at every step. Sky Jewelry Park isn't just a factory, it's a revolution in jewelry manufacturing, built with innovation, driven by sustainability and inspired by excellence. The future of jewelry begins here.
So this is the vision. Thank you so much. This is the vision, what our directors are taking it forward. On this note, I would like to call Mr. Mangesh Chauhan, our director.
Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Mangesh Chauhan, Managing Director of Sky Golden Diamonds. We started this journey all through brothers together 20 years back. In 2005, we started this company. I was on a job of, from 2002 to 5, had a salary of $5 per month. And now we are at 50 billion company. We had a revenue of $50 billion and targeting to $250 billion in 2030-31 by opening this manufacturing facility we have shown here. So we three brothers started this journey together with 5 to 6 skilled workers, and as a promoter we used to work also. And now we are at 1,200 employees and targeting for 5,000 employees to give the employment to 5,000 employees. So we are opening 5,40,000 square feet facility, which will enable us to produce 4.5 ton per month in future in 4-5 years target. Right now we are producing 0.6-0.7 ton per month. Thanks to UAE jewelers and wholesalers and retailers who came to our opening, which was on 7th and 8th. My brothers were there. I came today only, and thanks to allowing us to put the stamp into UAE. So both UAE government and Indian government are supporting us to produce more units in India and to exports in every country. UAE is very easy to do business country, so we opened our first international office in UAE only. And with all the subsidiaries company, we are into each and every products of the India. So the debate was going on. We agree that we Indian manufacturers should. There are many things to learn from UAE manufacturer. 100% we learn and implement it, whatever gap is there. But I will also bet that there are many things that UAE manufacturer also will get to learn from Indian manufacturer, because we have wide range of jewelry. You can see a store in Hyderabad or Karnataka or Tamil Nadu with a stock of 700 kgs, 1000 kgs in a store with a wide range of products. I think 25,000-30,000 products in a store, and there are so much wide range of product in the Indian jewelry stores coming from outside also, and majorly from Indian manufacturers. So I can see we are thrilled to announce our global expansion, introducing Sky Souk, our new jewelry trading hub in Dubai. Built on trust and legacy of excellence, Sky Souk is set to be your go-to destination for modern luxury, making Bharat for the world. So our mission shines brighter than ever on the global stage. So all of you, we invite to our office also, which is opened in Gold Souk in Plaza 10, and see our varieties. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to present us. Again, I can remind you, we are the listed company in NSE BSE stock exchange in India. We are the first B2B manufacturer to be listed on the stock exchange market, and being a 5,000 crore market cap company equals to $50 billion company. So we started with a small market cap of $500.
ready.
Running with King Kong, bullets rain down like it's thunder. Ready or not, she got the Glock, she'll put you under. You know we game time on the front line till it's over. Deep in the trenches for ya, like a soldier.
So we have put a small step in UAE with opening our office, and we assure you we bring up with new variations and new verticals of jewelry to you at your doorsteps. So again, I was saying about our market cap. We were at 500 crore market cap. Indian government has supported us and given us the opportunity. We started meeting many investors, and we done a fundraise of 500 crore 2 times in a year, and OFS also. And now we are approximately third largest in India as a manufacturer, and we assure you that we will be a second largest in India by 2030-31. So me and our team, thanks to you, all of you, for giving us the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you to Sky Gold and Diamonds for sharing your vision with us and the very interesting films that we had. Please be here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, maybe please give it up for the Managing Director, the very dynamic Mr. Mangesh Chauhan, and continue the applause, as we'd also like to thank the Director Darshan Chauhan and Akash Talesra to do the honors. And Mahendra ji, swagat hai aapka bhi. We welcome you, Mahendra Chauhan ji, one of the directors of Sky Gold and Diamonds. Ladies and gentlemen, to do the honors, may we please put hands together as we welcome Mr. Aditya Singh, Head International Business Jewelry, Gold. Both of you to kindly join us here, please. Mr. Aditya Singh and Mohammad Rifa, please, to do the honors and present a memento to our Managing Director, the Chauhan family. May I please kindly request. Sure. May we please kindly request Mr. Aditya Singh to kindly present it to Akash. Akash Talesra, thank you so much. Samit sir, kindly join our dignitaries in presenting a memento to Darshan Chauhan, please. Mr. Mangesh Chauhan to kindly join our center stage. And thank you. We really look forward to you being number 2 by the year 2030-2031. A great vision for the company. Sky Sook of Sky Gold and Diamonds. Thank you so much. The stage seems to be very happy now. The stage seems to be happy to have all of you together here. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Ladies and gentlemen, this comes to our last panel discussion. What does it take to build a high-performance and scalable retail jewelry business today? Very interesting panel discussion, post which we're going to have our felicitations, ladies and gentlemen. And for this session, I'm going to welcome the moderator of this session, Anurag Sinha from Liali Jewelers. Meanwhile, we're having the setup. Can we please have the film of Retail Jeweler Middle East Forum? May we please play the film of Retail Jeweler Middle East Forum and dim the lights as well. Retail Jeweler, where business meets brilliance. May we please put hands together as we welcome the moderator for our next panel discussion, the last panel discussion for this evening. What does it take to build a high-performance and scalable retail jewelry business today? May we please welcome Anurag Sinha, Liali Jewelers. Thank you, Mr. Anurag. Ladies and gentlemen, our distinguished panelists to be invited on stage. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Tamjeed Abdullah, Jawhara Jewelry UAE, our living legend from the world of jewelers. Jawhara Jewelry UAE, Mr. Tamjeed Abdullah. Assalamu alaikum, sir. We welcome you, dear sir. A huge honor for us, as sir shall share decades of experience with us. We're truly overwhelmed. Humble thanks to you, respected sir. Ladies and gentlemen, may we please welcome Mr. KP Abdul Salam, Malabar Gold and Diamond UAE, to kindly join us on stage. Mr. Nishit Shah, Lamarquise Jewelry UAE. Mr. Nishit Shah, thank you, and Kaushik Soni, Tijori Gems UAE. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to also request Mr. Mohit Mirchandani, Managing Partner, R&M Jewelers, Kuwait. And sir's flight landed late, so we're going to have you for this panel discussion. May we please have Mr. Mohit Mirchandani, the Managing Partner, R&M Jewelers, Kuwait.
Hello. Yes, everyone, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Is everybody alive, awake and alert? Yes. Awake and alert for sure. Guys from the outside, please come in. Hello. Samit Bhai, get everybody inside, please. This is a very eminent panel. We want people in to listen and learn something. Come on, get in, guys. Coffee break, tea break is over. Get them in. Excellent. Listen, thank you all for being here. And look, we have a very lovely panel here. Very, very knowledgeable, very seniorly experienced. And they're still learning every day from the business that we are running. The trade that we are in, there's a lot to learn. So, to begin with the introduction, Mr. Tamjeed Abdullah, give him a big hand, please, from Jawhara. Mr. Mohit from Kuwait. I guess he missed his flight this morning and now he's here with us on this panel. All flights got delayed. Never mind, as long as you're here. Excellent, welcome. Mr. Abdul Salam, please give him a big hand. Who doesn't know him? Everybody knows him. The young man, Mr. Nishit Shah of Lamarquise. Yes. And Mr. Kaushik Soni, the young man trying to look beyond his age. I don't know why. All right, so look, the subject is very simple and easy. And that's really the question. What does it take to build a high-performance and scalable retail jewelry business today? The fact is, the times are different. There's a huge shift that has happened in the last 5 years, just in the last 5 years. Forget the last 10 and 20 and 30 years, as far as retailing is concerned. And there's so many different dynamics to the exchange. And who else, other than these 5 gentlemen, can explain the changes that they have seen, the shifts that have happened, and all that they're doing to keep up with the race, and so on. So let me start with Mr. Mohit. if you can, please give a brief introduction about yourself and what you're doing in Kuwait and how's life and how's business and what's happening.
Excellent. So I was born in Kuwait, and my father went to Kuwait when there were rupees, in the early 50s. And I saw my father always working hard. He only taught me one thing. It's called halal faida. Like, you keep your reasonable margin, never above that, and you will always have customers. Quality, never change in that. Give good customer service and work hard. So if you are dedicated to your work and you have a passion to what you are doing, you will always be successful. Point number 2, your management has to be fantastic. Your accounts has to be fantastic. Even if your management is fantastic and you have a bad account system where you don't know where the money is coming, where it is getting blocked, you will never grow. So this was what was taught to me, and touch wood, thanks to God, I have everything that a person would like to have now. And I can only say one thing, that work on your designs always. Quality of finishing is very important in our industry, jewelry. Everybody has diamonds. Everybody can give you a price. For example, SI for this price, VS for this price, VVS for this price. But to know what products you should have in your shop is the most important in retail. You get my point? So if you have customers coming in and the product, when she takes it in her hand and she looks at it and she finds that ring wonderful, made well, with beautiful diamonds, she's definitely going to buy it. Price is the second thing. So you have categories of customers. You have the customers who can't afford very high prices. You have to have that range. You have to have the medium range, and you have to have the high class range. You have 3 grades of customers. Exactly what we are all in our business we see. So working on all these 3 segments is very important with your designs. Right factories to buy your products from the right people where you have been successful. Their products have sold on the table. Number 2. And third is keeping your customers happy always. You will have a lot of customers who will come back to you saying, my diamond has fallen after 2 years, this mistake. Just take it, fix it up, try to negotiate. You can take your cost price or a little % above. Sometimes do it free if the customer is very important, to keep them in your hand, number 2. And that's it. I mean, this is the main basic what I've learned in my business so far. Thank you.
So from all that you have just narrated to everybody, which would be the most important element from your end that people can take away from?
Always make a beautiful collection in your stores where people come and don't want to go out without buying it. Always try to manage to have enough variety in your stores. Don't think that today gold market or diamond market is going down or the gold's gone up and I should like cash on the products and keep very limited stuff. They don't come to see your face, they come to see what you're selling in your store, right? So if you have the best collection, you are going to win. That's the only trick, I feel.
So best collection is the suggestion from Mr. Mohit. Thank you. Mr. Tamjeed, please. Yes, sir. With all the experience and knowledge that you are carrying, would you like to share your thoughts?
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for being here with us in this beautiful celebration, this beautiful event, I would say. Okay, I go back to a very old family in the business. Our family goes back to 1907 in history, so we are the 3rd generation, and we have the 4th generation coming in already into the business. In our business, it's like a jeweler is like a family doctor. Needs to be trusted by the family, need to be carrying a good reputation on his back as well. As gentleman here said as well, it's the constant innovation is what you need to do constantly. I mean, today we have built a brand called Damas back in 1977 and we brought it to an international level. It was one of the largest jewelry companies in the region. Then we started building Jawhara, which is again quite a company with over 300 branches around the region. We've seen the growth in the region. We've seen the growth in the Middle East, in the Gulf region. So to keep up this growth, to keep up this pace, let's say, you need to be always on your toes in creativity, innovation, and all this on one side of the scale, and the other side is your ethics in your business. Today, if you're an ethical person in practicing your business, your jewelry is clean, is good, is decent, pure, certified. Definitely, it gives you a long run in this business, as we've seen in our business today. In our company, we have 4 generations coming to our shops, buying from our company. It's only because of our name that we have managed to create over the years. So all this leads to continuity of your business and an everlasting name with the consumer. On the other hand, we need to look also at the client's profiles. We are very lucky to be in UAE, in Dubai. We have over 227 different nationalities living on our grounds here. So our duty is to satisfy all these clientele from different parts of the world, that they come from different cultures, different backgrounds, where we need to satisfy them with the jewelry that suits their taste and their liking. So it is, I would say, a rat race. It's like it's a constant run into creativity to satisfy all these different nationalities. Again, guys, this is all I could say. I'll leave the mic to somebody else to add whatever they can. Thank you.
Excellent. The key takeaway from Mr. Tamjeed's experience over the generation is, I would say, 227 nationalities in Dubai, in UAE, and we are really blessed to be here. This is the place where things are happening. Dubai and UAE, where the things are happening, guys. And the very important element that important statement that he added to was ethics. Am I right, sir? Absolutely to the point. How important is that is we sometimes not forget it, we sometimes don't ignore it, but it's definitely not on top of our mind. So ethics in our industry, in our business, for your brands is the key element. Thank you, sir. Mr. Salam, yes, sir. How many shops opening next week?
Good evening. Thank you. Thank you, Anurag.
Yes, sir. Welcome.
I think your question is, what does it take to build a high performance and scalable retail jewelry business today?
Yes.
I know all of us are jewelers and in jewelry business, but I think it is not very much different from any other business or any other retail. The retail of jewelry is also is more or less the same path it is going. And as you know that all the retail across the world, it is going to kind of a polarization is happening in the retail industry across the world. It is going to the organized structure, setup in most of the businesses. Likewise in jewelry also, it is happening. It's a large percentage of, or large share of the business is moving into the organized sector. So we all should be prepared to address that kind of a situation. And when we go for a retail or any of this kind of business, we should be ready to enter into such a market. We should have enough of preparation to do that. In my opinion, we should have a good infrastructure. We should create a good infrastructure to enter into that business. We should have that foresight. I mean, it is not like that, I mean, I open a shop today and maybe it will reach 100 or 1,000 tomorrow. I mean, if you, when you enter into the business itself, you plan for that 100 or 1,000, and you were ready, you try, keep building that infrastructure. By infrastructure, I mean everything. I mean, you it's not making the building or opening the, finding the retail outlet or anything. I mean, you should have a good team. for every business, I mean, especially for our business, the team, the manpower is very important. We should have a good team. I mean, you should see or you should prepare a good team to take it up into the level what you are aiming to do that. Then the rest of the all the areas, I mean, be it product side, merchandising, supply chain, HRI said, and IT, or any other kind of requirement what you have, you should be prepared for that, and you should be ready with that. And most of the time when we do that, I mean, even when we started with one shop, we never thought of that, okay, we'll be going to that level and all these things, but it happened. But it may not be true in this situation now, because now we are competing with many organized players and well set organizations. So if you have that in mind, that scalability in the mind, be prepared with the organizational structure to do that business. That is what my take on this thing. Thank you.
What a fantastic viewpoint. Excellent. So take away from Mr. Salam's, thank you. The key takeaway from Mr. Abdul Salam, I would say, is our infrastructure, human capital is the key to scalability, because they have scaled the business from what to where they are today, and obviously these two things they have paid a lot of attention to, infrastructure and human capital. Thank you, sir. We go to the young man, Mr. Nishit Shah.
Thank you.
What's happening?
Just having a great time with everyone around here.
Excellent.
It's a pleasure
Live
to be
streaming
here.
and good.
So everyone on this side of the table, this side of the panel, are probably into expanding into multiple shops, hundreds of stores. But it's not all of us would have the same vision, which is also fine. Like for some of us, the vision would be to go expand in a more limited fashion, but focus on more different type of clientele, different type of jewelry. So when it comes to that sort of a niche market, which is where we are placed in, we are not looking to expand multiple locations, but rather right location, right spot, focusing on the right clientele. There, the most important beyond, of course, product, HR, infrastructure, capital, all of these are important parts of business, just like any other business. And but entering into the little bit more premium niche segment, I think another part plays a big role, which is marketing and client experience. We need to create a sort of a need for the client to buy your products. That's what I feel is one of the key aspects. So clients just don't see you as a jewelry to buy and invest, but see as a product to like adorn and sort of keep with themselves and show off. And that's what I believe is important to create. This is done not just by the product itself and the way you package it, but everything along the route, which includes the way they interact with your brand, the way they enter the store, the ambience, the smell, the sound, all the senses, and how it sort of excites them, pleases them to go ahead and feel proud to buy the piece and finally say, oh, out of all your collections, I like this piece, and tell their friends about it. Oh, I bought this beautiful piece from this jeweler. And I think that plays one of the major roles to create demand. And once there's demand for your product, I feel the scalability will come if everything else has to be, just like everyone has said, that the rest is very important. But this is also an important point to keep in mind, that is to try and create demand in the minds of the consumers.
Excellent point of view. Excellent. So, Nishit, can I say that you are laser focused on premium client experience, and the experience that you wish to give is what you would imagine creates demand for your brand?
Yeah, pretty much.
So the whole idea is, from his point of view, is how you're going to create the client experience, which automatically creates a demand, and your brand is on top of their mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir, Mr. Soni.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
First, thank you, Retail Jewelry. Thank you, Samit Bhai, for hosting this wonderful event. Anything that brings the industry together is it's always a pleasure to be here and always a learning experience.
Yes, give a big hand to the organizers, to Mr. Samit and his lovely wife. Yes, excellent, thank you.
Second, a quick introduction. So, Kaushik Soni, Tijori Gems. Quite similar stories, I believe, across this entire panel. We are all second or third generation jewelers. We've all been here forever. I was also born and brought up here. Dad came in 1964, which is why we say Tijori since 1964. I don't know what to say after all of them. We spoke about management and accounting. We spoke about ethics and presentation. We spoke about organizational structure. And we spoke about marketing. Honest to God, every topic which I had in my head has been covered.
That's the whole idea of keeping you right at the end, making your life difficult. That was the plan.
So, scalability, when we talk about retail scalability, first, the fact that we are in Dubai is an absolutely amazing place to be at. Dubai has always had this fundamental concept that build, people will come.
Yes.
And it has worked. It has worked like nowhere else on earth. So this is why Dubai is where it is today. I believe companies like Jawhara and Malabar actually extract the true essence of Dubai in the same fashion. They say, let's build, we'll be there, people will come, and it works again, right? Scalability, when you talk about retail, can be two ways. One, where you have your organic growth per store, per outlet. As a company, how much are you growing? And the second is the expansion, the likes of Malabar and Jawhara, what they are doing, where you have 400, 500 stores. Both require pretty much, I think, the same deliverables. Today, the world has changed in the last 5 years, like you said. Digital has become extremely important. And the reach of the jeweler is no longer limited to his physical presence like it once was. The reason Dubai has become so popular, the reason it is called the city of gold is, again, these are all related to how much marketing emphasis has gone on in providing a location for international clients to come to. We are in GCC. I think people all over, we've been reading articles that jewelry is losing its fade, diamonds are losing their sheen, people no longer want diamonds. Come to GCC. Women love diamonds over here. They love jewelry. Where else will you find this kind of audience where people are actually coming to the city simply to pick up a few pieces of jewelry? And it's one of the first things on their tick list. Of course, they want to go do the dune bashing and they want to go Atlantis or whatever, they want to do all of that for the kids. But ask a woman what she wants to do in Dubai, she'll say, I want to pick up some nice pieces of jewelry. So how do we capitalize on all of this? Nishit put it quite well. Salam sir put it also very well. These are all aspects that we need to concentrate on. And how we reach out to the younger consumer is going to be absolutely pivotal. It's going to be key. Now, again, in my opinion, you break this down because in a place like Dubai, you have two components. You've got people who live in Dubai. You'll have to market to them very differently. And when you've got people who are the tourists who come in, who are here for 7 days, how do you target them? Two very different approaches. I have seen on this panel, I have seen companies who are approaching both of them in a very different fashion, and they are all working. But it is a non-stop process. It's a constant evaluation of your data, of your CRM, of your feedback from the clients, feedback from your sales teams. You have to constantly keep on. It's no longer, I used to feel, I think I like it, I'll do it. It's no longer that. It's all data-driven now. And unless you are capitalizing on your data, unless you are keeping a track of what is coming in, how you are manipulating it, how you are analyzing it statistically, and then taking out your deliverables, I think it's going to get very difficult to scale without this. So that's two bits there.
Superb. That's fantastic. Thank you. So can we say the takeaway from your views are, A, is how to get the younger consumers into the jewelry fold, and how data, our own data, whatever data that we collect, if we collect, what quality of data are we collecting? Is it crisp quality data which then can be used for marketing purposes? So in a nutshell, we have design, ethics, infrastructure, human capital, focus on client experience, younger consumers, data, and so on. So these are the key takeaways from these very experienced speakers. And I'm sure they all have their own challenges in achieving these. I'm told that the time is running a bit too short, so I'm going to quickly ask, what are the key challenges that you face and how you overcome it? In a very short manner, gentlemen, if you can, please. Whoever wishes to. Mr. Tamjeed, please. You, with so many stores and so many things happening, so many boys and girls leaving, joining, training, etc., etc.
Yeah, see, to me, in every business, there are challenges that you have to come across. Our challenges today is mainly the metal price that has gone, the gold price that has gone life high, which is giving a kind of two thoughts to the customers, but then the consumer would see it like tomorrow is more expensive than today, and yesterday it was cheaper. So it is the stability of the gold price, which would be, I think, the most important. That shall hopefully will make us overcome this hurdle, let's say. At the same time, it is the qualifying the new sales team that are with you. It is, we need to be a school to teach this new generation of how to tackle the business, how to grow in this business. So it is, again, a constant training for the next generation. Other than this, I don't see much challenges that would be in the near future.
Thank you, sir. So what it means, what it really means is that while your company is growing, you need to have, it should be a training ground for next generation. That's a very, very important element. Please keep note. If you want to scale up, ensure you're running a good school. Mr. Salam, yes, sir.
Yeah, Tamjeed bhai is right. I mean, because the market is very volatile, and this is a situation what we are living in, and it's a challenge for the industry. But I think why can't we make it as an opportunity? I mean, like these things. If I see, okay, in my company, I mean, we are almost 32 years old, a company. So if I take the history of it, we have serviced millions of customers. How many of them are millionaires now because of the product what we sold to them? Because
yes,
the
yes.
It is going up. So it is the beauty of that product what we are selling. I mean, it is a value appreciating product, and we should present it in such a way that we should not hesitate to the customers. Okay, this is the price and it's going. Oh, it's going up. We should give that confidence to the customers that, okay, you are buying an asset as well as a lifestyle product. This is the only value appreciating asset which can be consumed also. It's a consuming asset, investment what we are selling every day. So take that challenge as a positive thing. I know, Tamjeed bhai, it is a difficult situation we are going through, but we can use it as positive. In my opinion, like any other industry, again telling that the human resource, getting the human resource trained and get it ready for this changing situation is one challenging area. What everybody may be facing, and we are also facing that to get the speed we are going, to get the people to the motivated people to do the job, to get into that work area. That is one area what I think is a challenge. Like Tamjid Bhai said, we should have some kind of institutions where we can teach the younger generation and take this job also seriously, not only in the retail, on the manufacturing area also. This is a very age-old industry, and especially for India, it's thousands of year-old culture is there, manufacturing jewelry. It is there in our blood. How can we keep it alive? That is a challenging position. The new generation workers are not coming too much into this industry. They are going for other jobs and all. How can we get them motivated and keep in this industry for long? That is one area we all should think, and we should face that challenge. Thank you.
So very, very important, very sensitive point, that if the artisans, the designers and the manufacturers are not motivated to be a part of the industry, I don't know what the wholesale and the retail will do. So it's a segment of the business that is ignored from the, not from the mainstream, but from the, what shall I say, from the showbiz part of the retail business. But they definitely are the backbones to the industry. Thank you, sir. Nishit Bhai, Kaushik Bhai.
So in terms of the biggest challenge, I think the biggest one has already been put forward, which is human resources. That is, I would say that is the top of the mind. It's a challenge and an opportunity to differentiate yourself. Apart from that, I think we have to, as an industry, try and get the mindset towards jewelry compared to right now what other areas of the consumer mentality is going, which is travel, leisure, luxury. I mean, even though our product is luxury, many times people don't view it in that way. Someone would spend happily 10,000, 20,000 dirhams on a handbag, but they would think 3 times before buying something from a jeweler and say, okay, what is the value? And they'll ask all sorts of questions and they'll probably haggle for it as well. Whereas in some other areas, oh, this bag is available, come and pick it up, otherwise it's gone. And they'll be like, wow, I have an opportunity to buy this bag. Now that is a very powerful demand mindset, right? I have an opportunity to buy this bag. I think that is one of the challenges that's facing our industry, where to elevate the product as an industry, if we're able to do it, I think that's going to push our industry past that haggling point and again enter into a more premium luxury segment. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges, to create that ideology in the consumers. Beyond investment, I'm saying.
It's a fantastic point. We cannot ignore the fact the lifestyle industry, the IT, the tech products, the travel industry, the F&B, the clothing, the fashion, the luxury industry has definitely taken away a lot of attention from jewelry. And yes, it is a very important, it's a difficult and an important element that we need to find ways how to be on top of consumers' mind vis-a-vis other industries which are replacing the consumer's mind space. Kaushik Bhai?
So I will reflect on a couple of things which were said by the other panelists. I completely agree with Salam Bhai. First of all, price increase is an excellent opportunity. I will ask any jeweler here, when the prices are going up and a customer walks into your store, it's much easier to sell to them than when the prices are going down. When they are going down, they'll say, oh, maybe I'll come back next week, it'll be lower. When they are going up, they'll be more inclined to buy now if they need it. The problem, our company predominantly is diamonds and gemstones. While everything else in our industry has gone up, one of the challenges we face is that the diamonds have been pretty much stagnant for the last 15, 20 years or so. And that's a major hinder block when valuation of jewelry is called for. And one of the reasons we struggle to sell or to upsell is because the clients always come back and say, like 9 out of 10 husbands will come in and they'll say, but why should I put money into diamonds? It doesn't grow. right? So we call it an investment. We say it's a luxury that's invested. However, there is no growth. Prices are stagnant. So as an industry, I mean, this is one of the challenges which we cannot address at our levels any which ways, but it's just it's a challenge that, since you asked, we're having a discussion. On retail front, the second important challenge that we come across is how to explain or how to clarify what quality is in our product. That creates another, there's a subset of clients out there where almost everybody says VSSIFG color, for example, right? It's a very common, and there is about 70% jewelers who are probably using that, and there's a few who are and who are not, or who are using even higher. So establishing the benchmark of quality, and for that, again, it comes back to what sort of branding we've done, how much efforts we've put into that, how many clients reflect and say, yes, if I'm buying from this institution, going back to the ethics of the company, and it comes back and reflects on that company, and this is where the growth is coming in again. So once a client has endorsed that this company is giving me X quality, or if they say it's X, it is X. These factors put together are really the ones, you know, they set the stepping stones to the scalability that's going to come down the road. So a couple of things there. Thanks.
Fantastic summing up, Kaushik Bhai. Look, I'm going to do a rapid fire of questions. One question for everybody, and I need one word as an answer. No more. Just one single word. What? I will start with Kaushik Bhai because his complaint is that he's right at the end. Yeah. What keeps you going? One single word. One single word.
Precious.
Precious.
Our product, it's precious.
Product precious. Nishit, what keeps you going? What gets you motivated? What excites you about the business?
Passion.
Passion. Fantastic. Salam Bhai.
The promise which we give to the customers.
Promise to the customer. Yes, sir. Mr. Tamjeed.
The existence of females in the world.
Fantastic. So true. Yes? So true. Yes,
the love of our customers coming back, and the passion, of course.
Love of our customers.
The love of our customers. They just come back and they said, we just want to buy from R&M, and that's what keeps me driving, to get more better stuff for them and to look for the best available in India.
Excellent. Excellent. Yes. he missed his flight, so he has a chance. We will give 3 questions. We have enough time just for 3 questions from the audience. If anybody wants to ask, yes.
What is the future looking like, the immediate future, the next 1 year, especially 2026? And how is Middle East shaping up for the next 5 years? What growth are you looking at?
Anybody can answer, right? Samit Bhai, anybody can answer.
But
Fantastic.
if they have different, somebody, Tamjid Bhai, please start.
Honestly, I see, or we've seen a constant growth in the Middle East. Today we've seen few emerging markets coming up quite rapidly. We've seen the Egyptian market going very well. We've seen the Jordan market going very well. We've seen the Saudi market growing quite fast. Qatar, I mean, the whole region is growing. And definitely we are one part of the coin. The other part of the coin is India. We've seen so much growth of the business in India. So we see the trust has been already clear and established in our business, in our products, in our standards. It's the best place to park your money. There's nothing better.
Thank you, sir. Can I just add to what Mrs. Tamjeed said? I recently read a report from World Economic Forum, and it said very clearly the region to grow for the next 5 years for sure is MENA region, Middle East and North Africa. That's region number one for growth. Second region for growth is Southeast Asian countries, India included, of course, including Japan and China. The rest of the world, they're not saying too much. So that speaks for itself.
Yeah, we are very positive on this Middle East, especially UAE and Saudi Arabia and all these GCC countries, because all these countries have a vision. I mean, we have visionary leaders on all these countries, and the country, all these countries itself are very positive outlook, have a positive outlook, and they are progressing. So, and it's very business-friendly countries also. So we can make use of this country. I mean, we are very positive that it will take up to the next level of the business. And this, especially Dubai, UAE, is becoming a showcase for the world, because you have in India and all, if you're country, we have a very big manufacturing hub in India. We have that capacity to produce, we have the manpower, we have the resources, India and China also, and we have a good market to emerge from this region. So I think we should make use of this positivity in this region and use it for our business purpose.
Any other questions from anybody else? Yes, sir.
Hello. I'm Dr. Nitin Vijay from Delhi. I've been also the third generation jeweler. And as being said, I'm really honored to be here with these panelists here, and whatever you have been talking about has been great. The very foremost question which has come in there, that we are lacking on a part with other luxury brands, that they are taking away our share. So that, how do you face this challenge, and what is your vision to combat this? How can we come up that we can hike up our value chain to change the mind, the perception?
Quality. Improve the quality. That's what Mr. Mohit says.
Improve your quality to that level. That's it. Because I have suppliers, and I've sat down with them, who are supplying to these companies like Marceline in Paris and all that. And I've seen the ring manufactured from the same supplier, given to them, the way they market it, but they pay the extra price for the quality, which we are not doing. We are still catering on ordinary customers or the low grade or medium grade customers. We have to concentrate on quality. We have to. Jewelry means quality. Either you go in that segment, work towards that throughout, and you can make it. I think that's the only way.
I think we should not be afraid of other industries are growing, because it should only complement our businesses. Because everywhere, end of the day, people should have that spending habit, then only they will buy anything. They should travel, the travel industry will grow, they will spend on luxury. Even though ours is a luxury, ours is also a complement with that. If they buy a good dress, they will buy a good jewelry also along with that. So, it's all complementing. But what we have to do is that we'll have to project our industry in such a way that it is acceptable to them. And we should have an innovation, we should on the product, as well as in the marketing and any communication to them. We should have that. We should not be, it's a traditional industry, but we should not stay there. We should be updated. Then we also can share the same share of what others are taking. That's my idea.
Good evening. May I just also quickly address that? It's, in my opinion, this is something that we all have to do as an industry. We talk about other industries taking away. I agree with Salam Bhai, again, over here. I think there's a lot of conformity in our thoughts. They are not taking away our business. We are probably giving it to them. How many of us as an industry really stand up and, let's say, how many of us show pride in our own product? If we don't show pride in our product, what will allow the client to feel proud about wearing it? How many of us do that?
Excellent.
Right? So the idea, what is it about a product that makes a woman feel special when she's wearing a piece of jewelry, or when she's carrying a special handbag, or when she's wearing a specific watch? I have lost sales to clients where the choice was either a diamond ring or an expensive watch. a diamond ring or a bag. But somewhere the pleasure content of the bag or the watch was higher than the diamond ring. And why is that? Simply because we as an industry didn't create the wow effect in the mind of the consumer that wearing a carat or a 2 carat or a 5 carat diamond ring will create a bigger wow than carrying a expensive handbag. If we are able to change that mindset overall as an industry, I am sure we can take the lion's share back. It's not at all difficult.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you. One last question, please, if anybody has.
Yeah, one quick one, Ravi. Thank you for all the words that I've had today. I'm Nilesh from Atmosphere. And my question relates to where your customers or customer in the jewelry industry interacts with the brand in the store space. How do you see these store spaces emerging over the next few years in terms of the innovation and what really would attract a customer to retain loyalty with the brand going forward?
So I think almost every brand in the world which is growing has innovated within the ambience within their store, right? In between, when the pandemic hit, there was an ideology that everything is going to be online, and there was a genuine sort of panic among many retailers, not so much in this region, but more so in the United States, where brick and mortar is in danger. But as soon as the pandemic ended, I think there was a huge bounce back. All the consumers, you could see by their actions that they spoke out, okay, we don't want to order food that much anymore. We want to go out to the restaurants and eat. For example, cloud kitchens were growing. They are done now. They are not growing anymore. Many other industries sort of, the online industry, a little bit, the momentum sort of reduced, whereas the brick and mortar momentum sort of gained. And now almost every brand which was big online is now opening offline shops. Of course, smartly, because they have more data and analytics than the rest of us. So that's the better route, but that's debatable. But in the end, all of them are entering both the online world and the brick and mortar, and the hybrid model, as they call it, right? And the brick and mortar experience is what I was talking about initially. It's the entire client experience. And if any boutique has an innovative sort of an approach, people talk about it. You go to a fantastic new hotel, like for example, there's the Bulgari Hotel or any hotel which recently opened up, you will talk about your experience. You will talk about, oh wow, I saw that beautiful chandelier, or oh wow, I walked through that unique walkway into the restaurant. You will talk about it because that's what, as humans, we interact, we talk. So of course, if you have something unique and well put together, people are going to talk, and when people talk, again, like I said earlier, demand is created, and so on and so forth.
All right, everyone, thank you very much. I want to request Mr. Tamjeed to give us one last few lines of his thoughts. He's the most experienced person on this panel in the jewelry world. Him and his family has got tremendous years of experience. They've created 2 brands in a short span of number of years. Give them a big hand, please. And one last word, sir.
Thank you very much. Now, we as jewelers, I would say we are blessed and we are very lucky to be in this part of the world, because our culture and most of the Asian cultures as well all have jewelry as the first choice for weddings, for birthdays, for newborn kids, whatever. So our items or our products come as a first choice for the public, for the people. So I just think we need to invest more on the bridge between the jeweler and the consumer, which is the media. Now the media is where we are, I would say, losing on, because there's no much emphasis on the value of jewelry in the long run. Like jewelry is always there. It could be passed on to 4, 5, 6, 10 generations without being damaged, without losing its value. So there's lots of messages that could be passed on through the media to the end consumer, especially to the Gen Z's cycle now, which is a little bit distant from the jewelry. So I think this kind of emphasis through the media need to be invested in.
Thank you.
sirs. May we please have a beautiful photo op with all our distinguished dignitaries on stage. Wow. This was full of experience, knowledge from our legends, from our stalwarts. Ladies and gentlemen, a huge houseful roar of applause for them. To do the honors, may we please kindly welcome Mr. Nilesh Rathod, CEO and co-founder Atmosphere, the Stove Maker. Mr. Mangesh Chauhan, Managing Director, Sky Gold and Diamonds, and Mahendra Chauhan, Sky Gold and Diamonds. Vivek Das, Director, Synergic Solution Private Limited, and Samit Bhatta, co-founder and publisher, Retail Jeweler India, to kindly join us here on stage and present the memento on behalf of the Retail Jeweler to our distinguished panelists. Ladies and gentlemen, all our distinguished dignitaries on stage, please. May we please kindly present the token of love, the memento, to our living legend. Ladies and gentlemen, with the magnificent smile, the most handsome gentleman, may we please give it up for Tamjeed Abdullah sir, Jawhara Jewelry UAE. Huge roar of applause. Samit sir, please join us. Mohit ji, may we please give it up for Mohit Mirchandani from Kuwait, Managing Partner R&M Jewelers. We have so many takeaways from everyone. These were truly the words of wisdom for us in the jewelry arena. May we please thank Tamjeed Abdullah sir, Jawhara Jewelry UAE, ladies and gentlemen. The token of love for KP Abdul Salam, Malabar Gold and Diamond UAE, Nishit Shah, Lamarquis Jewelry UAE, and Kaushik Sodi, Tijori Gems UAE. May we please have a group photo op, a lovely photo op together. Sir, please. We'd like to truly thank the moderator Anurag Sinha, Liali Jewelers, for moderating it brilliantly. Thank you so much, Mr. Anurag. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, thank you so much, sir. Retail Jeweler Middle East Circle of Excellence 2025. May we please welcome editor and publisher, the Retail Jeweler Miss Soma Bhatta, to kindly join us here on stage and address everyone. A very beautiful felicitation ceremony for the stalwarts who've excelled in their arena right after this. We welcome you, Soma.
Yeah, thank you. All of you have been a wonderful and patient audience. And thank you to all the panelists who have graced the stage. Before we wrap up the forum, a quick word from me on Gem Gold. The forum is happening on the sidelines of Gem Gold and industry platform, a very unique industry platform which is focusing on a specific community of buyers. And this community comprises of wholesalers and key retailers who have the potential and the need to source directly from manufacturers. And we believe that such a platform is really, really needed in today's market, primarily because there are some interesting market forces that are panning out a new course for this community worldwide. Like I said in my panel, there are about 50 million South Asian diasporic consumers across the world. India is the largest amongst them at 35 million, growing by 2.5 million annually. And that's a huge number to start with. And if we see the projections, they are very promising given that the economic growth and the number growth is going to be huge, which means the entire pipeline can benefit from it. And like we just discussed, the organized chains are going to be expanding into the international markets, which they have already started doing. They're going to influence the trends. Yes, yellow gold will continue to shine, but we will see a lot of studded jewelry, a lot of new trends, a lot of new kind of designs penetrating the markets. And that necessitates an exclusive platform for wholesalers. In our industry, such a large industry, there is no platform that gives the wholesalers that connect this entire community worldwide an exclusive platform, and that is what GemGold attempts to do. So please help us with your feedback so that we can improvise. These are early days, just a second edition. So thank you so much for your support and being here. Thank you.
Thank you, Shoma. You've always been an inspiration and you encourage everyone. We have always fabulous sessions with you, the way you moderate, to of course you going ahead and being a trendsetter, and that's because of the Retail Jeweler magazine, that we get to know about the future trends. And today, the question raised by Summit was also what lies ahead for 2025. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a fabulous evening and gives me a huge honor to welcome you all at the Retail Jeweler Middle East Circle of Excellence 2025, where we are here to honor and felicitate for those exclusive, elegant designs, marketing, and leadership skills. Without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please join us in welcoming our dignitaries here on stage so that we could begin with the very prestigious ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, to recognize the best in design, craftsmanship, marketing, leadership within our vibrant sector, showcasing innovation and setting new industry standards, inspiring progress, encouragement, and visionary leadership. Retail Jeweler Middle East Circle of Excellence is more than a ceremony. It's an opportunity for all of us, we jewelers, to shine, to connect with the key players in the industry and contribute to strengthen the Middle Eastern jewelry industry on this global stage. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Mangesh Chauhan, Managing Director, Sky Gold and Diamonds. Mr. Mahendra Chauhan, Director, Sky Gold and Diamonds. Mr. Darshan Chauhan, Whole-Time Director, Sky Gold and Diamonds, and Shoma Bhatta, our editor and publisher, the Retail Jeweler. Shoma, may we please have sirs and ma'am, all right? So you're all ready to take a look at the film. So thank you for joining me here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first category, the CSR Impact of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, and the winner is, let's take a look at the film, please. Presenting CSR Impact of the Year 2025. goes to Malabar Gold and Diamonds. Heartfelt congratulations. May we please welcome Mr. K.P. Abdul Salam, my dignitaries. May we have someone from Malabar Gold and Diamonds? Sure. Please, my dignitaries, to join our center stage. All four of you. All four of you join our center stage. The recipient in the center, all four of you. Ms. Shoma, please. Thank you. Congratulations to Malabar Gold and Diamonds. Ladies and gentlemen, renowned all across the world, where I was the Grand Marshal for the India Day Parade at New Jersey, that is exactly where we had our halt at Malabar Gold and Diamonds at New Jersey. So they're all around, booming everywhere, also giving back to the society. And this is the CSR Impact of the Year. Moving to our next category, ladies and gentlemen. This calls truly for a huge roar of applause. Presenting tonight, the Lifetime Achievement of the Year. May we please take a look at our firm for the Lifetime Achievement of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, may we please put our hands together for Mr. Paresha. Lamarki Jewelry, Mr. Paresha. We can have a standing ovation as this is a Lifetime Achievement Award of the Year. The Lifetime Achievement Felicitation of the Year, my dignitaries. Ladies and gentlemen, the Lifetime Achievement of the Year. Let's give it up for Mr. Paresha, La Marquis Jewelry. Many, many congratulations to Mr. Paresha. Presenting tonight, the Woman Leader of the Year. May we please take a look at our winner first. Ladies and gentlemen, and the Women Leader of the Year, let's put our hands together for our lady recipient, Miss Lenia Chittilipalli from Chittilipalli Jewelers. Our Managing Director, Sky Gold and Diamond, Mr. Mangesh Chauhan, to do the honors. Let's give it up for Miss Lenia Chittilipalli from Chittilipalli Jewelers. As the Women Leader of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Young Leader of the Year. Let's take a look at the AV, please. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up and put our hands together for Mr. Jasil Mohammed Iddatil, Merilda Jewelers. I'm going to please request Shoma Bhatta to kindly join Mangesh Chauhan here on stage and present this token of love, achievement to our recipient, Mr. Jasil Mohammed Idatil, Miralda Jewelers. Heartfelt congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to applaud and celebrate this moment. Celebrating Workplace of the Year. Let's have the film, please. Ladies and gentlemen, the Workplace of the Year. May we please congratulate Mr. Aditya Singh from Tanishq. It's a wow Workplace of the Year. Mr. Aditya Singh, Tanishq. Hearty congratulations to both the gentlemen, Mr. Aditya Singh and the gentleman from Tanishq. As they always say, customer is the king. Ladies and gentlemen, and the recipient for the Customer Experience of the Year, we have a tie here. May we please have the first film for the Customer Experience of the Year. Customer Experience of the Year, let's give it up for Kalyan Jewelers. Mr. Danish Thambi. Heartfelt congratulations to Kalyan Jewelers, Mr. Danish Thambi. There is a tie for the Customer Experience of the Year, and our recipient is the film, please. Ladies and gentlemen, Damas Jewelry UAE, the recipient of the very prestigious Customer Experience of the Year. May we please welcome Rajneesh. Congratulations, Damas Jewelry UAE, Mr. Rajneesh. Thank you very much. Certain, sir. Sir, it's precious. I would love to keep it forever also, but I know I'm not allowed. But I'll hand it over to them. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to thank Sky Gold and Diamonds and Shoma for doing the honors. Thank you very much. Thank you, sirs. Thank you, ma'am. Ladies and gentlemen, to do the honors, may we please welcome on stage Mr. Nilesh Rathod CEO and co-founder, Atmosphere, the store maker. Mr. Vivek Das, Director, Synergic Solutions Private Limited, and Samit Bhatta, co-founder and publisher, Retail Jeweler India, to kindly present our next honor, please. Presenting the Independent Retail Chain of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, and the recipient is, let's take a look. Magnificent congratulations to Mr. Mohit Mirchandani, R&M Jewelry, the Independent Retail Chain of the Year. Congratulations to Mr. Mohit Mirchandani, R&M Jewelry. There is a tie for this category as well. Mohit, just like your name. Mohit, just like your name, आपके डिजाइन्स भी मोह कर लेती है सबको. शुक्रिया. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a tie and the Independent Retail Chain of the Year goes to the film, please. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. The Independent Retail Chain of the Year also goes to Mr. Narayanan Vaidiswaran Johara Almana. Many, many congratulations to all the gentlemen. Mr. Narayanan Vaidiswaran Johara Almana for Independent Retail Chain of the Year. From Qatar, Johara Almana. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, may I please have your kind attention as we present the Retail Chain of the Year. Any guesses? Any guesses, ladies and gentlemen, for the Retail Chain of the Year? Maybe please have the film, ladies and gentlemen. Mashallah. The Retail Chain of the Year, Jawhara Jewelry UAE. Truly the numero uno. Maybe please welcome our living legend, Mr. Tamjeed Abdullah. We welcome you, sir. Mr. Tamjeed Abdullah, Jawhara Jewelry, the Retail Chain of the Year. Jawhara Jewelry UAE. Ladies and gentlemen, the next category is the Emerging Brand of the Year. May we please have the video? Emerging Brand of the Year. Let's put hands together for Nishka Jewelry UAE. Heartfelt congratulations to Nishka Jewelry. May we please welcome Mr. Rizwan Shiraz from to the Emerging Brand of the Year, Nishka Jewelry UAE. Mr. Rizwan Shiraz is here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie for the Emerging Brand of the Year. And guess what? It's not just 1, 2, but 4 recipients. May we please have our second recipient in no particular order. Let's take a look, ladies and gentlemen. Amazing congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, to Kiara Jewelry, Miss Ada Pandey. So we'd just like to thank and congratulate Kiara Jewelry. Let's go ahead with our next recipient for the same category, the Emerging Brand of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, may we please welcome, after taking a look at the film. Let's give it up for G Gold Oman, the Emerging Brand of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, goes to G Gold Oman. May we please welcome Mr. Mohammad Rifa to receive this honor, this recognition. G Gold Oman, the recipient of Emerging Brand of the Year 2025. And the recipient for the Emerging Brand of the Year is... Let's play the... the Emerging Brand of the Year. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Reem Jewelers, Saudi Arabia, welcoming Abdul Monen Ali Al Sagaha. Amazing congratulations to Abdul Monem Ali Al Sagaha. Ladies and gentlemen, moving to our next category, Technology Transformation of the Year. The Times of Today and the Technology Transformation of the Year recipient is... Mina Jewelers UAE. Ladies and gentlemen, the Technology Transformation of the Year, which goes to Mr. Sanjay Jetwani, Mina Jewelers. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the technological world. You need to really go ahead and win hearts of the Gen Z. So here we have the very dynamic Mr. Sanjay Jetwani. Heartfelt congratulations to you. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Marketing of the Year. May we please welcome the film, please.
Fashion photography style ആയിരിക്കും shoot. ചേട്ടാ ഇതാണ് ശിവാനി. She is actually doing the lead. ചേട്ടാ ഒരു minute. Can I just try? The other one is much better actually.
Where's the necklace? What?
The main jewelry is missing. We've informed the police. So please don't step out of the studio.
ആരെന്നെ അറിയിക്കണ്ടേ?
തീർച്ചയായും.
സുന്ദരൻ ലോക സുന്ദരൻ വരാഞ്ഞാലേ
ചേട്ടാ ആരും കൊതിച്ചു പോകും. വിൻസ്മേര.
Marketing of the year. That's really fascinating, by the way. Let's give it up for Vinsmera Jewels. May we please welcome Mr. Dinesh Kambrad from Vinsmera Jewels. Congratulations to Mr. Dinesh Kambrad, Vinsmera Jewels. Marketing of the year, Vinsmera Jewels. We're going to have a group photo op. Gentlemen, please be here. I'm going to ask Vinsmera, the beautiful group, and invite all our recipients to join us here on stage. So sorry, I'm not allowed to do this, but I really want to know, have you ever worn the jewelry aise kabhi kiya hai? Because I loved the ad. Have you ever done that? Kiya hai? Sach mein?
I believe all the men did it.
All the men have, okay, all the men do this. It's a hidden thing. Okay, maybe please have all our recipients on stage for a very precious group photo op. All our recipients on stage. We'll do it there? All right, sir, we'll do it there. Thank you very much, and thank you for sharing. Ras ko apne fash kiya, bahut bahut shukriya. Thank you to each and every one of you, ladies and gentlemen. This is what, and where we come to the end. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. Very, very kind of you, sir. We come to the end of the Retail Jeweler Middle East Circle of Excellence 2025. It's been truly beyond excellence. So we look forward to meeting you at our next venue outside in the open, where we get to interact, meet, and know about all the manufacturers from across the world. So smile, because not just we have so many takeaways, we had a great knowledge day all day long, since noon till evening, followed by the felicitations. But now we also have great interactions and connections. I look forward to meeting you all outside at the arena at the M Square Terrace is the place that I'm looking forward to meeting you all, where we have the manufacturers from around the world, and let's know them all, connect and do great business for the rest of 2025 and welcome 2026 with a bang. Thank you very much. This is Simran Ahuja signing off for now, and I look forward to meeting you at M Square Terrace. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you on behalf of the Retail Jeweler.